Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails Through Daybreak Part 163. Also, I've arbitrarily decided this is going to be a holiday themed episode and it's going to be longer. I don't actually know when this video is going to go up. It'll probably actually go up right around Christmas, I don't know. If I finish this game before the year is up, we might actually accelerate uploads to try and finish it before the year is up, but I don't know. What the recording in the future few weeks is going to look like, because today's the 15th for reference. There's about like a 10 video backlog. We'll see. But I do kind of think I'm just going to do one long video today instead of two shorter ones. Since we have a bit of a backlog, we can afford to have a longer video. Okay, so I need to go get Anya's. Or we could do Riverside. Let's go grab Anya's.
Here goes.
Do her side quest. And we'll pop over by the Riverside. Like, I would... Ideally, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it all in this video, but, like... Get to where we can progress the main story. Van, where the fuck do you live? Did we listen to the radio yet in this chapter? Or this section?
Revolution Festival, this station is playing the hottest hits non-stop all through the day. Here's a favorite right now.
Inevitable Struggle? No? Okay. So I was listening to the normal festival music, which, I mean, is good. It does... It's like... The Revolution Festival music is... It kind of... I'm trying to think how to phrase this. It's a little too active of music. So it does kind of drill into my brain a little bit when we're doing these, like, you know, multiple videos in a row where I'm just listening to this one song on a loop. And it's like, it's a bit too much in the foreground. That's what I'm thinking of. For, like, how extended you have to listen to it. Compared to, like, say, the normal town music, which is definitely a little bit, like, low-key. Lit up Anya's. You know where you would probably have dialogue? I mean, maybe in the Auburn district, but...
Taking off now.
I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure Judith had at least one, like, ambient dialogue line when we were running around, and I presume everyone probably has one. But I don't know where I would go to trigger it. Because we saw that during the intermission area, right? Like, all the characters you could bring with you had at least one line of ambient dialogue if you ran in the right spot to trigger, but area's a little too big to run around everywhere to try and proc them. And I figure what shops you ought to visit. Let me think. Off the top of my head, there are two spots in Tower we should hit up. Beyond that, Old Town, Station Street, and Aubrey have an outlet also worth visiting. So 5 places total. What are the 2 spots here? I mean, there's ice cream and the only other food place. I mean, there's like the Hayue spot and Popcorn Man. Which popcorn, I mean, that's kind of a snack, but it's not really a sweet. I mean, I guess there's caramel popcorn, but... If someone was like, oh, we got you some sweets, and then they gave you some caramel popcorn, like, you're not gonna turn it down, because it's still pretty good, but you'd be like a little like, oh, that's not what I was expecting, when you say, hey, here's some sweets. Because, like, yeah, it's sweet, but it's not a sweet, you know what I mean? Ain't that right, Albert? Great, I knew you'd have no problem coming to places to check. Can't wait to see what amazing stuff you bring back to us. What she said. Good luck, I guess. Fuck you. Ain't that right, Anya's? Stay safe out there, Anya's. Thanks, guy.
Time to start working.
Oh. Ren, you want to slide in? No offense, Anya's. I can understand why others are so excited. After preparing a tea party can be quite Never mind, Ren, your ass is not invited to the sweet barbecue. Finding the perfect cake, brewing the right tea. What more fun could a girl ask for? I think your idea of fun's a little different from everyone else's. While Van and Anya's running around town, we gotta start ironing out the specifics of this whole event. I think the first thing we should discuss is how we're gonna kick things off. Good idea. We have to come up with a way to hook everyone right off the bat. The only question is how. If only we knew of a book on this subject. Nerd! No offense. Books are cool. We're pro books, but if you're like, hey, what do I do in this
nice cold ice cream?
social interaction, you're like, hey, I wish I had a book on this. Nah, man, that's not the way. Also, don't think I didn't know about you guys hiding over here. Don't think you could escape our journalistic integrity to talk to the people, to get a vibe of the city. Our reporters are always as busy as can be whenever the Revolution Festival rolls around. I don't have it much easier either. I have to collect a ton of information and field a never-ending stream of questions. But I'm choosing to look at it like this. We have our hands full because so many people are enjoying the festival. After dealing with such an unfortunate tragedy, it's good to keep yourself busy, I think. People do that.
Alrighty.
There's like a local festival going on in the city and you're calling up the local news agency to be like, hey, what can you tell me about this? I mean, I know people do it, but like, can we check their brains? Can we like put their brains in a jar and compare them to like normal people and see what the difference is? My schedule's jam-packed today. Or maybe you could consider them normal and you can put my brain in a jar who thinks that shit's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know who would willingly make a phone call to anyone ever. Much less the news agency to be like, hey, what can you tell me about the festival? I don't know, brother. You got the Orbital Net. It was bad enough I was holed with the press corps all morning, but now I have a meeting to attend. Not that that's too terrible. I suppose it's always nice when politicians are willing to talk. They've been sounding more hopeful than ever lately as well. Yeah, we're gonna bathe in Erebonian blood.
How about some popcorn, huh?
Let me ask you something.
I guess it does say children's snacks, not necessarily sweets. I've got just the thing for you. It's my latest item, mini churros. Hey, that's pretty good. I'm debuting them here at the Revolution Festival. Invented them myself. Mini churros, what makes yours so special? I just invented them. Everybody likes a good churro, right? They're tougher than donuts, crispy, and have that sweetness that just floods your mouth with every bite, especially when you put some mustard on it. Adults can eat them just fine, but a lot of kids can't finish them in one go. I thought, what if I could solve that problem, and that's how my miniature ones were born. After all, nobody should have to miss out on having a churro if they want one. Now they can have them in just the size they want. Kids famously known for being like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to eat all this. I guess I just will opt out. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's the parent usually buying it. And I could see the parent saying, oh, you're not going to be able to eat all that. But I feel like most of them would be like, hey, it's a once in a year festival. My kid really wants a churro. I can suck it up and eat half of it if they don't finish it. With that being said, do I think mini churros being offered is a good idea? Yeah. Because that way you can have like a little tiny bit of a churro, a little tiny bit of something else, a little tiny bit of something else. And then at the end of the day, you have no money because the shit's expensive. That's very noble of you wanting to spread the joy of churros ever you can. I applaud your effort. But they do sound like they could be a hit with the kids at least. Churros are for everyone, Agnes. Let's pick up some and bring them back to the others to consider.
How about some popcorn, huh?
I already bought your churros, man. Don't get ahead of yourself. I'm whipping up brand new menu items for the film festival. Might not involve popcorn, don't mean it won't be great. Nothing beats my popcorn. Original recipe. What kind of sweet things are you gonna have here?
Can we talk?
I mean, there's definitely some options. They're not really meant for kids, but could you consider offering some mooncakes? Mooncakes? They're pretty small and easy to eat. Plus, I imagine they enjoy the red bean filling since it's sweet. Mooncakes do have this sublime sweetness to them. It goes perfect with Eastern tea. A lot of people even buy them as gifts, don't they? That's right, they certainly make for good business. This is the happiest I've ever seen this guy in the entire game. In fact, there's a custom in the East where people will get together with family and close friends that admire the moon as they eat them. Not that there's any one wrong or right way to enjoy them, of course. That's neat, so they could even serve as an opportunity for the kids to learn about another culture. We'll have to buy some so we can taste test them. Oh man, it's going good. We're gonna teach the kids how to get fat and get educated. It's a perfect chance to fire off an expensive art, by the way. They're sorry, Anyas, they're out of cakes. Some dude came by like a few days ago and bought up his entire stock and all the ingredients needed to make the cake so that he couldn't make any more, and then is cornering the market. They're on track to become the world's first trillionaire.
Let me ask you something.
If you're looking for something perfect for children, might I suggest our macaroons? They're one of our seasonal flavors. We make them with our freshest strawberry jam. Since those are in season now, our shop's pride. Oh yeah, that crunchy delight as you bite down on it, your mouth suddenly being flooded by that sweet and tangy cream filling. I can almost taste it. You could taste it if you had money. Good to see you haven't changed a bit. Macaroons aren't that expensive either. I think they're pretty affordable for little kids. I think you sold them on me already. Can we get some? We'll get one for everyone to try them. Don't at me, alright? We're doing real shit, alright?
Off we go.
Who's here? Oh, this guy.
You guys buying something too, or what?
Let me ask you something.
Don't get me wrong, you got good taste coming to me for roasted chestnuts. But are you really sure these kids are like these? I don't see why not. The kids around here love them. I guess, but they're not like a special occasion kind of thing, you know? Giving the chestnut glaze a try. Those might be up your alley. I didn't realize you were selling those too. We'll gladly take some for our taste testing then. Wow, look at you, Eddie, playing the part of official salesman for once. I'm legit impressed. Shut up! I'm gonna go kick a puppy after this because I'm hardcore.
You guys buying something too, or what?
I think we're supposed to get
Taking off
Station
now.
Street's where the food would be. And do we go? Is that our fourth or third store? I think that was just our third. No, that was our fourth. So this will be our last. What the hell do you got here? Sweet cabbage?
Let me ask you something.
I thought you were like grocery. I used to get fruits or something. You could have come at a better time. I have a particular snack I stocked a surplus of in preparation for the festival. They're called honey glazed pretzels, and they're very popular over in Crossbell. Have you heard of them? I have. They're kind of a bread shaped like a knot, right? And then you offer them to Aryanrid for good luck and calcium. Never had a chance to try one. I believe they're originally Erebonian, actually. Oh, shut up. Actually, they originated in Erebonia in the year 707 when Mr. Pretzel was the first to combine bread and twisted it when he was eating pumper. I don't know. I lost the plot of the bit there. They wound up in Crossbell where honey and eastern spices were added to mix, and bam, something totally unique. Yeah, but like Crossbell was probably part of Erebonia back then or something. Honestly, maybe Erebonia is part of Crossbell if you really think about it. Because Crossbell's got the superior culture, so maybe they like culturized Erebonia, you know? I mean, what's Erebonian culture got? Nothing. What's Crossbell got? They got Mishi. That's pretty cool. Can we take a few of them off your hands to go as a sampler? We visited all the stores we planned on. Also got plenty of things to try. Shall we head back to Odette? I don't know. Maybe. Ah.
Off we go. Hey there. Did you know?
Oh wow, you guys stuck around with Albert? That's impressive. Figured he would have been like, you know, decent to play in traffic by this point. You're back! Thanks for going through all that trouble. Judging from the bags you brought, it looks like you've brought quite a bit back for us to try. We had a lot of good luck. Van was on cloud 9 the whole time. Why wouldn't I be? You tell me I get to indulge in some quality sweets on the job completely free? Of course I'm gonna be all about that. Well, I'm glad somebody had fun. Now, Albert, we're his clients. That's not how we should act. Enough talking. Let's dig into these samples and see if they're up to snuff. The manager's permission, the group retrieved the samples from the bag and began to eat the ones that suited their fancy. Let me guess, they're all good. They're all fantastic. Who could have seen it coming? Any one of them would make for a perfect morning tea snack. Munch, munch. I know it's hard to choose which to go with. I mean, can we not just get all of them? Like just a little bit of each? The same thing we already did? What do you think, Odette? Have any preferences? Fari, give a sec. Don't talk with your mouth full. You come from a decent family, don't you? How's that supposed to mean, classist? That was like a spa day for my taste buds. I was totally right to bring you in, Van. Your insight into these things is crazy good. When it comes to with looks and taste, really, I think the kids will be completely happy with most any of them, so... why limit ourselves to just one kind of treat? Let's bring them all a bunch. That's a great idea. They could enjoy mixing and matching different ones together. We could even pack them inside different bags so they won't know which ones they'll get until they open it. Kind of think of a lottery. Could be fun. I got a macaroon. I got a... what else did we get? Roasted chestnuts? I got a rock. I completely just blanked on everything we just bought, other than the macaroons. You kids sound pretty pumped up about all this. New Year's is still a ways off, you know. Naturally, planning events is just as fun as putting on actual events themselves. But yeah, we could do that. We could give Albert his mystery sweet and tell him it's a roasted chestnut and then it's actually a rock and then he breaks all his teeth and cries. Anybody else think that'd be fun? No, just me? Alright, that's cool. This is a fantastic idea, Dad. I'm glad you suggested it. Sorry, Albert. You know, I can't stick up for you. Alright? I'm already sticking my neck out for Peter and for my boy Will. I gotta shit on you so I don't, you know, come across as like overly supportive of men. You know? So somebody's got, you know, we gotta even it out. We gotta even it out with some male hatred, and so, sorry, Albert, you're just the one who has to take it. I gotta think out carefully about which ones we actually buy and how much. And I guess we need to talk to the treasurer to make sure we budget things carefully. True, plus we should also work on figuring out how many people are going to be taking part in the event in the first place. Actually, speaking of which, why don't you join us during the actual meetup, Van? Nah, the game's gonna be over by the 1st, ain't that right, guys? I feel terrible pushing you off to the side without an invitation after all your hard work. Van's gonna be off on his own. He's gonna have abandoned the party to go do cool shit off screen. And then they'll be like, oh no, we gotta find Van. And Van's gonna be like, no, I'm walking a dark and gloomy path that only I can walk alone. And then they find him immediately at the start of the next game. And then he's like, yeah, alright, you guys are right. Sorry for running off like that. I don't know about that. I think I might have gone to Aramis, but you don't think a grown man like me is going to stick out at something like this? Exactly, it's just to be putting up students. Having around will ruin that. I know what you could do. Let's put you in a big old costume and parade you in front of the kids. I'm saying I don't want to stick out, you little gremlin. But I mean, you do have a really realistic costume. I can just picture the kids swarming Van. They'd be so cute. Doesn't that sound like fun, Agnes? I'm not the only one who'd love to see that, am I? Sure, that could be nice. Well, we have a majority in the suit you go, Van. I don't know whether I should feel happy about this or jealous. Nope, ain't promising jack, not even for the kids. But I guess I'll keep all that in mind. Can we put Aaron in the suit and tell everyone it's Van? Once the group finished eating the samples, Van and Agnes resumed their patrol.
All in a day's work. Reward deposited.
Got some of that fucking rich school money. Not witch school. That'd be pretty cool. When are we having our witch arc? Agnes, you gonna turn into a witch? Your namesake is a witch. Why aren't you a witch? Why do they get to be cool, but you're not? You're just Agnes. Oh yeah, thank you for walking into my life. Well, I guess that's also the male character talking. So he probably was thankful. It was the lady who was like, actually, I hate you and I hope you die. Go play in traffic. I never actually liked you in the first place. Take me to Riverside.
Off we go.
You can have up to 3 AT bonuses. What? How do you mean by that? We've gone everywhere, but we somehow ended up back in Riverside. Guess there's no better place than here. Uh-huh, you said it. Hard getting around with everyone here, but I'm glad we got to have the time to sightsee. Next was so lame. We never go to cool places like this. We'll have to go as many as we can to make up for time lost. Want to do this again after the festival? All the cool spots in town get even cooler with a friend around. Okay, yeah, friends. I love that. Why couldn't you tell I was crying? Hope this is the start of a long friendship between me and Selma. Her enthusiasm when going to new places is contagious. I love showing her around. It's nice thinking she enjoys hanging out with me as much as I do with her. I suppose we can still enjoy the festival together as friends. I'm not gonna stab him. Should probably be grateful even friends to begin with. Right, it's always next year. Hey man, or lady. In his defense, you can always say how you feel. It doesn't have to be on him. He's probably just saying, let's be friends, he doesn't want to creep you out. Or maybe he really does want to be friends. And if he wants to really be your friend, and you say, hey, can we be more than that? And he's like, no, lol. Well, hopefully he won't say the lol part. But you can both be mature enough to say your feelings, and it won't be that big a deal. Now, if I was in her situation, would I say shit? Absolutely not. But I'm on my high horse, and it's looking awful cool up here. Where's Shino? Is she just too scared to face me today? Or is she not even bothered just because she's already considered the top star in Riverside? I can't believe you'd bail out on the day of the Revolution Festival, right when the competition is the fairest and fiercest. Come defend your title. Ah, darn it, Shino. Get over here and face me in fair and square. She doesn't know how powerful our secret weapon truly is. Fish, mustard, cotton candy. Where you just that bar of yours this time? Curse you, Shino! Get your boozy butt out here and face me! How rude, man. I don't know if you should call it that. Who the hell are you? You look kind of familiar. Are you the... Oh, you're not the fishing guy. It's been a while since I last came to a Revolution Festival. Seeing this river makes me wish I could drop... Oh, you are the fishing guy. Guess I didn't remember him having a gi. I guess it'd be a darn waste of a trip if I cooped myself up with my rod and fished the whole time. This might be the perfect chance to catch a movie. Been a while since I saw one of those. I think the last movie I saw, there was like a moon, and then like a rocket came out and shot it in the eye. I feel like I got the Guinness World Record for references to the little early proto-film clip of the moon getting shot in the eye, alright? It's gotta be most references in a Let's Play. I feel like I got it, man. If I had like $10,000 to, you know, buy my world record, I could definitely feel like I had the title. Especially like, you know, with the natural, impromptu, off-the-cuff references as well. The all-natural, free-range references. I don't have all the time in the world, though. Probably like watch a film or two in the time it'd take me to decide which one to watch. Last time I heard, they're only 13 seconds long. Pretty sure this got some long lie. I get you, old-timer. I didn't pick a movie as it is. The film festivals crank up that to a whole different level. Well said, lad. But if it gets late enough, then the only real choice is Golden Blood Director's Cut. You catch my drift. Stop whispering. It already sounds bad enough without you doing that. I digress. You know, always a good idea to keep up with trends. You'd be surprised you can learn from a veritable mirror of the world. Think about it. It's a duty to expose yourself even to the hottest summer blockbusters. But alas, if only I had a limited time to see everything coming out. At least peruse all the upcoming movie brochures before I make a pick. Got any on you? Would you mind sharing with me? A few will do just fine. Let's see, how about a dozen? A dozen? That's a whole lot more than just a few. Whatever, I think I got that many on me. Should I give them to him? I get what you're after, though. I'm a Spriggan by trade. I can get this figured out for you for a price. Spriggan? Your ass ain't made of no leaves or branches. Believe me, lad, I'm well aware. Ain't gonna fleece you for them. I'm ready to pay for them, fair and square. Feeling up for it? How about getting those brochures together for me? Got it, boss. Okay. Anyas, why are you in my party, by the way? You're not invited to the barbecue. Are you able to get your hands on 12 different brochures for me? Yeah, probably. Here you go. Handed Old Master Kukai the complete set of movie brochures. All these look like a fun watch. Brochures should come in handy when I have to pick. If I even get that far, I'm starting to feel like this will just make the choice paralysis even harder. I feel you. Don't mind me, it's a job well done, lad. Thank you kindly for the brochures. I've said the words of power. Now you gotta go jump in the river if I tell you to. Here's a payment. Onyx steel. I assume this is for like our super weapon. This is some kind of metal? Yep, came across it one of my fishing trips. It's called Onyx steel. Ain't none of that damn Zemurian ore. We're over that shit. We don't care about Zemuria anymore. We also call it star steel in the east. Pretty rare and precious metal you got there. Legends say a weapon crafted with it can cut down 1,000 enemies without showing any wear. Mighty impressive. But you need to be careful with it. Your run-of-the-mill smith won't be able to draw out its true power. You need proper technique to mold it. Heard you loud and clear. Appreciate it, old timer. Something else, alright. You're most welcome, lad. We need to find a specialist to handle this baby. Maybe I should see what old Giskar can do with it. Where the hell is he? Was he at the church? Unlocking ancient, week-old knowledge? By God? His brain can hold so many memories? Damn, thought this might be the perfect opportunity to make a speech, but the authorities are out in full force today. Only purpose of the Revolution Festival should be to fire up the spirits of the true Calvardian people. At this rate, I'll need to be on the lookout for new patrons. I just can't give up and roll over now. Sorry, your mom's gonna be busy during the festival. It's okay, I don't mind. That just means you and me get to go to the festival together. We can try all the yummy food and go watch a movie. Then we can go to the tower and see what the city looks like at night. Oh wow, you got the whole day planned out from dusk till dawn. I might get yelled at if we stay out for too long, so let's not go back home too late. Don't want to worry anyone. Okay, we gotta see Edith at night from the tower. Her owl never changes. Since her mom's so busy, I need to take care of her. I'm hungry. Let's get chocolate crepes. Also, want to go say hi to Father Manser and Mother Kira. I'm busy today. Ain't that the truth, partner? Welcome to our temple. Blessed are we to share this day together. It's been a hard year, and not every bump in the road has come to a conclusion yet. But I still wish for us to celebrate today. I'm certain Lashkar will be back to his old self soon. Yeah, that or will become the ultimate final boss of the series. Jury's still out on that. If you're looking for Lashkar, kinda took him out to enjoy the festivities. He's been in shock for a while now. My hope is maybe the festival will be able to lift his spirits ever so slightly. Welcome to our temple. We'll be holding special prayer services soon. Though we are still recovering from the tragic events of last month, we must hold fast to hope. Let us pray together to the goddess. May she hear our prayers and bless us with peace henceforth. Peace be with you. May you be blessed by the winged goddess. Okay. Anyas?
Off we go.
You know damn well you're not allowed to be in the party. Be gone. Do we want to swap anyone out, or are we just going to keep rolling with Judith? Eeny, meeny, let's just keep Judith. Since we've, just make sure we see all of her stuff, I guess, or almost all of her stuff. Thought about switching over to Aaron, because I think Aaron's... I don't know if he's my...
Taking
I
off
still
now.
don't really know, like, who the best character is, because I do feel like this is the cast that's, like, the most even for me. Where, like, nobody's really, like, feels like they're head and shoulders above anyone else. Because I feel like on all the previous games, there's always been, like, one character who I'm like, yeah, this is easily my favorite of, like, the main cast, and no one really stands out like that. But there's also like nobody that I'm like, they're meh. Which granted, I mean, that wasn't really much of a problem for previous games either, but...
Oh, good stuff right here. The very best.
Let me go check the side quest first.
Let's see.
So we got a 4 SPG. Since the Revolution Festival is upon us, let's have some fun as fellow street racers. I need your help to make this happen away to my old man's maintenance shop. The Autobahn Showdown? That's all the bulletin boards I got us sent. I'd like to get through as many requests as we can, depends on how busy we are. Give me in the shot, man. Yep. Say Arkride Solutions. Yeah, I don't know why the Let's Play lasted 170 parts. Kind of crazy that it lasted that long. The world's top minds are trying to figure out why the game took so long to finish, but I don't know. They just haven't really come to a good conclusion. See, now that's a top hit right there. All these tools feel so cheap. The ones in our garage are way better. I guess they're pretty easy to handle. So totally work for doing maintenance on my bike.
And we've got more hits in store coming right up.
Bunch of damn fools. Don't get carried away just because the festival's going on. You hear me, Van? There it is. There it is. They listened to my damn request. Nobody knows why the Let's Play lasted 200 parts. It's just nobody can determine. What? Hey, I was listening to that.
One of our listeners.
Fools, huh? What are Juniper and the others are up to? Hey there, heard there was some sort of race thing going on? Let's hear it. Might be able to join in depending on the details. Thanks, Van. Okay, let's get everyone here so I can explain. So we were thinking about racing. That's the explanation. I know everyone's busy, but thanks. You in particular, Van. It's reassuring having you here. I'm Lucio. No problem. Where's the rest of the crew, though? Bit of a shock to see you here, kid. A lot of shit going on with your family lately. You okay? Don't pry. Regardless of that, I appreciate what you did the other day. Today's the day we come back for the promised rematch with Edis Racers. Hot damn, is it gonna rain today or something? Can't believe it. Lucio just said thanks or something like that. You're being way nicer than usual. I was wondering what the heck happened there. My guess is Van gave you a hand and we weren't aware of it. Watch that matter. You keep your nose out of your business, not yours. Okay, sure, whatever. Rude as always. Gotcha. That's why you made a request for us? Yeah, we're gonna head on the highway for some high-speed, unrestricted races. Looks like our friends, the High Bloods here, learned a good lesson about reckless driving. I open for more fun kind of race, something everyone can join in on. Danny and Hyde's want to spend the day enjoying the festivities. We could race frickin' RC cars. Won't be joining us today. Group. Okay, I guess we could race real cars too, but like, you know, the spirit of the thing's the same. Could race around the whole city. We'll smoke your ass in mini carts. Group consists of 2 people, myself and Damien, a bike rider. We're not the only people that came, of course, but the other 2 couldn't be bothered to be here on account of the festivities. I figured it out already, but we're a little short on people. Are you? It's 2v2. Hey, figure, may as well try and get you to join, Van. You and maybe some other people, how about it? Want to help us track down some more racers? Well, yeah, sure, we can get that kid that likes cars, get him behind the wheel. He looks at cars a lot, so he can probably drive. Alright, don't mind joining. I'll even ask some other people to join too. It's the middle of the festival. There should be plenty of people here in the capital. At least some of them should be up to it. Why don't we try chatting them up, see what they think? Bring everyone you can, the whole town if they want. If they want to race, they're welcome here. We'll be here, so come back when you got more people.
Well, we're on the clock now.
You sure get around, Van. Looking forward to seeing your drivers. We should get our prepping too. Bet this'll be a race for the ages. Roger and Tebow are roaming this from stall to stall in a stupor. Suppose they must have forgotten themselves lost. What boorish behavior. We're high bloods. Have they no shame? Suppose better enlist the help of nearby constabulary to look for them. Time to hunker down and start learning these racing rules. After that, I gotta pick a partner. Today's race, we're gonna need to go all in, no holds barred. Get it all up and running, so you just worry about flexing those driver muscles today. I'm trying to think, like, who's where? Like, I don't even really know who would be recruiting. I mean, there's Hermes, because, I mean, she was in the last one, I guess. So, like, who else
Let's do
drives?
this.
I mean, Brigard, I guess Brigard.
Excuse me.
Who's over here? I don't even remember who was in here. Oh, Jack?
Tastes great.
You think they let Jack drive? Isn't this man sloshed? Maybe Hale? You guys still got the same damn cards? Alright, the street ass asked me to scout some people. I know Jack likes him some cars. I'll see if he's up for it. Yo, Jack! Gotta do a job for some street racers at a moment. They're looking for some racers to fill out their lineup for today. Oh yeah, sounds like a pretty fun gig you got there. I can see how to catch both you boys' attention for sure. Anyway, you can probably see where this is going. You in, Jack? We'd love to have you. You should go. You're just talking about how you haven't gotten to drive as much as you like lately. Trust me, I've got my fill in the drive all the way up to here. I'm plenty caught up at this point. That being said, knowing the type of people you can wrangle up, I'm sure it'll be one hell of a fun race. I guess I'm in. Not often I get to race against other people these days. Nice, I know I can count on you. See you at the meetup point later then. Sounds good. Yep, better start getting my booze buff going on so I'm in tip-top shape. You know what they say about the
Taking off
drunk
now.
driver? You can't, tell what he's gonna do. Who's here? Oh, Maxim. I forgot you existed, partner.
Times sure have changed.
Alright, the street has asked me to scout some people. I know a guy who could help with that. Looks like he's having a grand old time over there. Do I bug him? Yeah, what's up? You're kind of freaking me out with that stare of yours. Don't tell me I did something wrong. I do one of those what's it faux pas. Stop looking at me like that. You could have just told me, man. Paulette always has enough reason to hate my guts. Hold your horses, champ. Just wanted to ask you about doing something. A favor, actually. And if I borrow him for a minute, Paulette, it's for a job. Oh, by all means. You've got work stuff? Okay. These guys wrote me into a street race. Thought that might be up your alley, too. I know you're having fun with your family, and I get pros fooling around in unsanctioned street races ain't a good look. Yeah, he really shouldn't participate. Bit of a shot in the dark here, but I figured I'd at least ask that. Pique your interest at all? A street race, huh? If I did that, I might attract the attention of some scoop-loving inkslingers again. Eh, what the heck? Count me in. Cool, but surprised you said yes. What about the kid? You know, that's the thing about kids. They're great until they're kind of annoying. And then they're great again, but then they get kind of annoying. But then they're great, then they get kind of annoying. We're in the kind of annoying cycle right now. I thought you of all people might have guessed. I've got a score to settle with you. You beat me once. I'm not the kind of guy to take a loss lying down. And the reporters thinking about it, they got bigger things to cover than me. You and Joanna worth their salt's going to be at the festival. Besides, maybe Paulette needs a break from me. Just for a little bit. Wouldn't hurt to give her a moment to herself. Off screen, Paulette not having a moment to herself. Is that right? Fine by me. You want to go again? I'll give you another dust cloud to dine in. Don't actually know what kind of race it is, though. Or whatever it is, I'm looking forward to it. I'll head over later, and we can meet back up there. You got it.
108 years.
Haven't been good with kids, honestly. I only ever talked to aspiring racers and the like. Yeah. 108 years. I remember it just like it was yesterday. I just started on retirement when Sheena Dirk rose up.
Off we go.
I mean, I guess, I don't know. I mean, it could be both, but if it's only one, it's per guard. Okay, it is both. Yeah, since Hermes was already in the last one, I could see her not getting involved, but I suppose we'll be getting both of them. What's up, girly? Alright, the street racers asked me to scout some people. If there's anybody I ought to talk to, she's at the top of the list. Yo, Hermes, got a sec? Doing a job for some street racers right now. Looking for some extra racers to fill out their lineup for today. Are they now? What color me intrigued? Tell me more. Right, so they want to go all out for their big rematches to just. Unfortunately, I've still got some work to take care of for today. If the timing works out though, I'll be happy to join in. That'd be really great. Yeah, once you're free, just head on over to the meet. Sound good? Better than good. Thanks for the invite. And now we got to try and solve the riddle of the Sphinx to get to Burgard. Now, granted, the riddle of the Sphinx is actually easier than figuring out how to get down here, if I'm being honest. But it's the first riddle I thought of. Alright, those street racers asked me to scout some people. I could hit up Walter, but fuck him. Maybe Master's willing to play ball. Yo, Master, you got a sec? There's something I wanted to ask you. No problem. What is it, Van? Anyway, looking for some racers to fill out their lineup for today. Sound like fun to you? I thought it might be up your alley. That certainly is a tempting offer. That said, I'm not sure they would appreciate some fogey my age crashing their party. I think I'll pass, but I appreciate that you thought of me. I don't think that'd be a deal breaker for him, but fair enough, I'll see if I can find someone else. Have you considered asking Aaron, perhaps? Yeah, but he kind of stinks. He's on his whole, like, showering's bad for you arc. I don't know if you noticed. As it happens, I lent him our oval bike for the duration of the festival. Good thinking, I had no idea. You sure you want to race on it though? Could get scuffed up. A little dent or two is hardly a bother. I enjoy fixing those little gremlins. Alright, thanks Master. I'll hit him up and see what he has to say. Plus, do you know who had the largest life insurance policy in Zemuria? Circa 2 years ago? His name rhymes with regard. I've managed to get a hold of him. He's on board. Good to hear. I'm glad it all worked out. Of course, I can't say this too loudly given the law breaking involved, but I hope you all have fun time at the race. We will keep an eye on him so he doesn't fly off the handlebars. You don't mind if I join in the party? Sounds like you guys are planning something big and I won't in. Brother, aren't you supposed to be getting your ass kicked? Or are you with... Because, I mean, presumably Shizuna wins easily because she's the greatest character in the history of the universe. She's actually Adios herself, descended to absolve us of all of our sins. She's so cool, isn't she, guys? But I guess if you're on the other side, then I guess you lose, but I can't remember. No, you're with Shizuna, so I guess you just won easily because she's so cool. Ah, great, my favorite. Weren't you supposed to be busy right now? Who cares if I was? I see you bunch shooting the shit, I get curious. Nothing more to it. You said you're putting on a race or something? Bikes are loud, I take it. Guess the cat's out of the bag. Yeah, we got motorcyclists racing too. Let's not go crazy here, alright? These guys are mostly amateurs. I do gotta say, you know, if you told me at the end of Sky 2 that the next time Walter showed up in a game, you would have a quest where you take him bike racing, I don't know if I would have believed you. Or I'd have been like, what the hell happened to the series? But, you know, I'm not against it. Bull, the hell kind of race is if you can't go balls out? I'm racing whether you like it or not. Time to get ready for an ass whooping. Damn, this is exactly what I was trying to avoid roping him in. Sounds like we have quite the climactic showdown at hand. Hit up everyone I can think of. Guess all that's left is loot back at the racers. Like, seriously, Walter went from... His whole personality is that he murders people for fun, basically. That's like his character, to like, now he's like, hey, what if we went go-kart racing on the weekend?
I guess I'll check out the arena.
It is. It's like some like Mario Kart shit.
Let's roll.
Like, I know he's evil and whatnot, but yeah, we still get together for party games every week. Are you crazy? But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, Walter's whole personality being that, hey, I'm like a dude who like just casually murders people, wasn't necessarily the greatest. So while it is like a little jarring to have him be like fairly happy-go-lucky, I'm not against it. I'm back. Talked to some folks who said they want to join up. But I mean, actually show up, but it should still be a fair bit. Can't wait. I really appreciate it, Van. What are we waiting for? Let's get going. Very well. I will call Damien and see if he can rendezvous with us. You ready? We're leaving the capital for a while. We can hold on. If you still got something to do. Yeah, we can fly out. I got nothing. Let's get going. Everyone else is ready. We can get going to the start. Oh shit! I didn't actually talk to Aaron. Wait, did I not? I guess I didn't have to talk to Aaron? Did we? Oh, I mean, okay, he did call him. Yeah, okay. So he just didn't say anything. You vouch for these new races? There's a mouthwater in here. Which I guess makes sense since he's part of a main story talk. So if you were to try and talk from the side quest, you would proc the main story and blah, blah, blah. Van and everyone else hopped on their vehicles and headed towards the meeting spot. Granted, I guess Begard's the same way. And Hermes was also a main character talkie, I think. Maybe she wasn't, I don't know. Oh, all together already, huh? We've been waiting for you. I see the delivery girls with you too, eh? The weather and wind direction are sublime. Perfect for a race. Let's settle the score once and for all. What a fascinating group of people. This should be good fun. Thanks for hitting me up. Who's this pitiful looking old fella? He's like he would make for much competition. Well, sorry for being pitiful and old. I might not be as good as Van. I still know a thing or two about cars. A, they go vroom vroom. B, if you use your blinker, you're a fucking coward. C, they go vroom vroom. And little lady's gonna chew me out if I report back that I lost, so I just gotta give this my best shot. Thanks for coming, you three. Nice group we got here. My name is Graham. I'm the one who proposed this little race, and this is my buddy Juniper. Lucio and Damien here are part of a team called the High Bloods. Yes, it's corny. Yes, you may laugh. Thanks for coming together today. I've put a lot of thought into how to make this the best race possible, so I hope you get hyped for it. I am Lucio, the leader of the High Bloods. I came here all the way from Erasion. Yes, so? Consider it an honor you get to compete with those of us from a chosen lineages. Brother was probably like a fucking, his like great-great-great-great-grandfather was a baron. Fucking nobody. Dude's 867th in line for the defunct throne. Is it just me? Have I seen that dude before? I'm sure I must just have one of those faces. You can call me Max. Hold the M. Wait a damn second. You don't have told me a pro racer would be participating. And not just any pro racer. We're talking about Max and frickin' Lugan. What'd you do to get him involved? Let's just say we have an unexpected connection. Yeah, our unexpected connection. We were, you know, minding our own business, talking to our underage child labor employees, and then Max walks up and he's like, "Hey, I know you're 12, but." Max, eh? Not even subtle. Probably better keep my mouth shut. We're supposed to have one more person, but, well, maybe we're better off without. Time to get started. God, I'm gonna sound that engine. Sup, Arkride? Didn't mean to keep you waiting. Not to worry. Could have kept me waiting forever. This guy seems tough. This is getting more ridiculous by the minute. This should be a bigger deal with all the monsters we got together last minute. Talk about a lineup. Can I assume you'll be participating as well? Yeah, you perhaps better make it worth my while. Okay, let's get down to the rules. We're going to be pulling out into the expressway for some high-speed, unrestricted races. The prize to the winner is the experience of getting to drive like a damn psycho. The loser gets a special punishment. Now we'll be splitting you all into 2 teams. Not really sure how to go about splitting us up, really. I do know we want to compete against the High Bloods. Well, then what if the rest of us participants are split between the 2 teams? They can be temporary helpers for each team. True enough. Then in terms of numbers, 3 should join the High Bloods. 5 versus 5, which means we'll be doing 5 one-on-one races. Who'll be joining the High Bloods? Well, what side do you plan on joining? I'm contracted with the street races, so I'll be joining them. Same for me, not that I wouldn't mind a racing van. Good to have you both on the team. I'll be joining the High Bloods. Sorry, I haven't meaning to settle the score between us. Okay, not a big sneeze there. Maybe a second. Ah! No, I think it's gone. Don't care either way. Lots of interesting folks here. Likewise. Same here. Sounds to me this should be decided at random. Ooh, ready for anything, huh? Using the lottery system Jennifer brought with her, each individual then pulled to see what team they would be on. She had a lottery system with her. That settles it then. So our street racing team's got Van, Aaron, Hermes, and then me and Juniper. We are so washed. As for we High Bloods, is it just me or are we loaded with sketchy old farts? Well, I mean, you 2 are useless. You got Max, and you got Walter, who are pretty good. And then you got Jack, who's, like, definitely better than Aaron, at least. Keep working that jaw if you don't enjoy living, kiddo. You know, if there's someone in particular you'd prefer racing with, we don't mind. As for the order of the races, I'll be deciding those at random. First up's Aaron versus Damien. Second is Graham versus Jack. Next will be Hermes versus Walter. And then the 4th race with me versus Lucio. This one I had to make happen. Just so over being on the losing end of things. Come with me then, young lady. I'll leave you in the dust. That's my line. Graham, you know what to do. You got it. I was just thinking this would be perfect. And that makes the final race between Van and Max. Good luck to both of you. Time to show you what it means to be a pro. So let's make this a good one. That'll be good, alright. I'm on my truck quite a bit since our last race. You'll see what she's about soon. You'll be in for one hell of a surprise. Guess I'll wait here then. Honestly, kind of worried about you ignoring the speed limit. No point in crying over spilled milk, as they say. Go kick some butt out there. Van's a dark anti-hero. He doesn't care about the speed limit. You got it. Catch you later. Until the fierce battle between bike and car lovers alike began, their pride fiercely on the line. It wasn't long before they were on the expressway. The first race was lining up to begin a race for the ages. Hey, you were the one of the guys who were riding recklessly in Edith a while back, yeah? Could be fun. This isn't a freaking game, you know. It's an epic showdown between full-fledged racers. Alright, what are you, 12? I heard there's even your bike. If you aren't a real Opal bike rider, then why the hell are you even here? I just get a kick out of picking fights. Live to humiliate idiots like you. Alright, time to punch it. Boom, boom, boom. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. Sorry, blood, I can't hear you anymore now that we're actually going at a decent speed. All I hear is... You know what it's like. What the... Oh, you're on. Somewhere but guard. He can feel the goddess wash over him. With bad vibes. What the hell is he doing? That's my master's bike, you asshole. Really should have seen that one coming. Boys will be boys. We can fix her up after the race, so don't worry. Have you not lost your balance? You should be on the veering off the side of the road. I can do this shit all day. Don't tell me you're ready to call it quits already. You know how many times Aaron has shaken that thing? You know, he's got all the balance, man. I'm gonna win this. See you later. See you never, loser. Alright, what's the play? I mean, come on. It's gotta be turned to trickery. Look at that's the face of a man who wants to do some trickery. Trying to turn the tables. What? What the hell? Alright, that's not really what I expected, but... Can you do that? Is that a legal move? Bro, if they did that shit in F1, then I would no longer be a... I'm not a hater, but I would no longer be in, like, I don't really get it. If they were doing that shit, oh man. You'd see me, I'd know all the hot going around in circles gossip. Holy hell, that guy's nuts. Oh yeah, this one's in the bag. Dumbass. Second race was in Graham and Jack. Graham decided to trade cars with Juniper for the race. As such, it was a battle between sedans from Red Star and Leno. The specs between the two vehicles are nearly the same, and both drivers are at similar skill levels. At first, they were neck and neck, but Jack gradually widened the gap between them, driving almost as if he could predict the future. By the time Jack crossed the finish line, he was significantly in the lead. After that, it was time for the third race to begin. Hell yeah, now it's my time to shine. You better not make this easy for me, woman. Wouldn't dream of it. Also cringe. I can tell you're no ordinary racer, so I trust you know how to put a bike through its paces. You got that right. Out of the way. Ah, I'm Walter. I'm the direwolf. Sorry, coming through. Getting a headache just looking at that guy. Can't relate. I'm keeping my eyes peeled in case he gets sick of the traffic and starts smashing cars. I heard he smashed his way through a fucking 8-foot concrete wall one time. Shit was crazy. Nice job keeping pace. The real match starts here. Trying to eat pavement on this turn. How much you try not to eat my dust? And we're going up on a curve. I feel like you probably go like slow and then punch it. I feel like if you accelerate suddenly, it just seems kind of dangerous. But maybe that's what you're supposed to. I don't know. You're not slowing down even for a corner like this? That takes balls. What do you mean she's not slowing down? We did slow down, kinda. That's what we picked, but... She sped up there? Lady's got a crazy sense of balance, don't she? That was amazing. It takes real skills and an amazing bike to pull that off. Not bad. Oh, that's her actually, not Walter. That was down to the wire. I was so close too. Oh. I guess we lost. That was a kick-ass race. No kidding. Watching them actually want to get behind the wheel and go riding again. You're up, Juniper. Get out there and show him who's boss. Will do. Next up was a fateful confrontation between Juniper and Lucio. Juniper borrowed Grand's Ingrid sport car for the race. Meanwhile, Lucio drove a top-of-the-line Etwa sports car. Its higher top speed gave Lucio the advantage. However, Juniper, who knew her vehicle's quirks like the back of her hand, was hot on his tail the whole way through. In the end, Lucio's nerves got the better of him and he fumbled a corner at the last stretch of the race, giving Juniper a well-deserved victory. You really had to be there to see it. It was amazing. Oh my god, if you guys could have seen it, you would be like losing your fucking minds. But unfortunately, the camera footage corrupted and no record of the race remains. Thus, it was time for the fifth and final race to begin. If you think I'm gonna go easy on you just because I owe you one, think again. Now's my chance to give you a taste of my revenge. Maxim style. I mean Max Hold DM style. Max may be a complete buffoon, but he's still a racing champion. I don't pull out all the stops, I'm gonna lose. Let the rematch of the century begin. Brother, it's like 12:06 or something, 12:08, whatever. It's a little early to be calling a rematch of the century. Well, I guess actually, considering the world ends next year, I suppose you could start calling it that. Why does he let me get ahead? Does he want to see what my girl can do? I'll gladly show him down to bust out my secret weapon. God, admit the way he handles that pickup truck is impressive. I bet 5,000 Mira will use that turbocharger next. I'm gonna stop that plane in its tracks. By going vroom vroom. Damn it! Why don't we just smash through his vehicle? His vehicle's worth more than ours. I know what your car's capable of now. The element of surprise isn't on your side anymore. Guess I'll have to make a risky play. Yeah, can you fly out? I have no fucking clue. Isn't it just random? A risky play? I mean, I feel like going to the right's more risky. Because you're going up against like the wall and the barrier to the next lane. But going to the left and like off-roading kind of makes sense. Because like his car's not going to be able to get into the grass. Right? Whereas Van's truck is... He's truck maxing, so he can get under the grass, and then Maxon can't do anything, and then he can go, whoosh, I'm going real fast, partner. I don't know, this just feels like it's just like a coin flip. Yeah! Is he insane? Off-roading's pretty damn fun, you should give it a try. Guess your fancy sports car ain't gonna be able to handle it, too bad. Time to blast to the finish line. I mean, this does make sense. It's just... It doesn't feel... It feels like it's less risky than potentially running up against the barrier. Just don't think you've won. He did it. Van won. You don't know. You're way back here. You can't tell who's ahead. You don't got that good depth perception, you liar. He might be on the other team, but even I feel like standing up and clapping for him. Van's insane. Who knew he was such a skilled driver? Hey guys, I guess some good races, huh? Yeah, it was pretty crazy, but there was some real nail. But so what was the final score? Did we win 3-2? We won the first race, lost the second, lost the third, yeah, won the fourth and fifth. There was some real nail biters. Tell me about it. That was the craziest race I've had since becoming a street racer. So I don't know if we actually messed up the one again. I mean, since we lost, I kind of assumed we did, but I don't know. It kind of felt like we picked the right choice, but we still lost, so. Both teams did amazing, but a winner's a winner. And this time the winners are the street racers. Good work, guys. It's too bad I lost, but I was still blown away by the driving I saw out there. What can I say? Feels good to win. It's a rush to give it everything you got. I honestly didn't expect it to be as satisfying as it was. Almost feels like I've gotten even better thanks to this. We lost? The High Bloods? Well, it was just because we had this low-born mixture among us, polluting our bloodline and our ancestry. Damn it, how could this have happened? We couldn't ask for better racing. You're telling me it's already over? I suppose I'd have to agree. As long as you give it your all, that's all there is. Plus, I'll be honest, I'm pretty fucking sloshed right now. Losing only pissed me off a little, but I don't know, I feel really cool about it. Give it all I had, but it wasn't enough. I don't give a shit about the team race. Your next Arkride, better prepare yourself. Well, honestly, man, just wasn't peaked, but I'm sure as hell not gonna race you. What are all the stops to that one, huh? If you ever went pro, you might even make for a decent rival. What, man with a 100% loss rate says what? Thanks. Your handling is just as incredible as I've heard. Now then, time for your punishment. I'm gonna get things ready, so give me a... I don't think you can punish them. At least not Walter. I don't know what you're gonna get Walter to do. Is this tea? It smells kind of like medicine. It's a medicinal tea sold in Longport. It's supposed to be super bitter, but don't worry, it's not bad for you. No point in delaying the inevitable. Time to accept our fate and drink up. Well, Walter, I guess, would probably be into this show, right? His nose gonna taste awful. All members of the losing team steeled their resolve and drank the tea. Blech. Is this really good for you? I can't believe humans were meant to drink this swill. It stinks too. Smells like weeds. I think we're gonna blow chunks. I've tried some gross things for my health before, but this here takes the cake. You know, the more you drink, the better it tastes. Maybe it's just because I'm so boozed up. You brats are too young to savor this kind of flavor. Oh, come on, you're boring me to tears. At least give us some kind of reaction. I'd really get a great reaction if you gave it a sip. Like hell, I'm trying this crap. And so the race surrounding the street race's pride came to an end. I almost wish we'd lost. I feel like it would be funnier to have Van and Aaron have to drink it. Both parties reflected deeply on the intense battles that took place on the road before returning to where they belong.
Love to see it.
Eat my ass. 1 SP. I don't need that shit anyway, so yeah. Hey, we got all the quests. It's a time for sweets. I mean, I guess some of the quests are sweet related.
This is wonderful.
Alright, so we got a couple main story things to do, and then mini connection events. We'll go pop into Vermati's, then we'll do our connections. I don't know if we're going to be, because even if I go, because I know I said we're going to make this a longer one, but I do still only have, like, it is already kind of late.
If it isn't
I only got like an hour at most. Ah, Van, dude, you've got perfect timing. Let me guess, is our problem from last night? Oh god. It's the world's greatest bartender. Oh, the CID got... Wait, those two are... Hey, Arkride, been a lonely 10 days since I last saw you. Thanks so much for everything, including your handling the game. I know I'm supposed to be the strongest, but I only lost because I let you win, dummies. Took you long enough, Van. Long enough, my ass. What are you doing? You plan on seeing the Revolution Festival off with a bang, because that's all you get with all these two here, too? I got some misunderstanding here. It hurts to hear something like that from a former pupil of mine. Yeah, whatever. Eat my ass. You should already be aware that Marduk's taken part in the weapons review. Well, at least you're relatively reasonable. The bar is pretty damn low when you're drinking with this guy, so maybe don't judge you for getting a little jumpy here. Only relatively. Making it sound like it's some kind of deadly chemical only turns into a threat when making contact with the wrong catalyst. Don't you find that one funny, Arkride? Stop being so smug about it when you're the damn catalyst. Calm down, Van. While Marduk's chief of security is one thing, having one of the organization's highest-ranking members here, you appearing publicly is certainly a problem for maintaining order. Or it would be normally. So then... I'll be upfront with you. We came to an agreement of sorts with a certain someone. It's a short thing. I don't mean in the long run, but wouldn't dare overstep my bounds this time. That agreement included giving you the hint you need to destroy A over on Aracion. I didn't need a hint to destroy A. Alright? The only hint I need is the fact that I'm gonna beat everybody's ass. Because we're the greatest. Ain't that right, Van? Up high. Yeah, it's just a hint. You don't get so smug about that. Yeah, it was. You don't know me for it, by the way. It's just a matter of who knew more about A at the time. Kicked off their mad death game with an incomplete nuclear weapon as a toy. And how they managed to assemble the crew they did in just 20 short years? Rounding, of course. Well, I mean, the 20 short years is not that impressive. I mean... Ouroboros hasn't been around for that long. Or maybe right at about 20 years. I'm not entirely... You know, the timeline always gets messed up because the games have been going on for so much longer than the actual in-game timeline. So it boils down to what the society knows about them, or you rather. Man, is there nothing you won't try turning into poison? As far as I see it, it's just as bad as the one that brought in the Empire's Great Twilight. Oh, not at all. I don't think it was amazing as all that. Let's give or take about half of what I said was just a bluff. What? what he's trying to say is they weren't the only people with control of the situation. The CID, Heiue, two of the church factions, the Versigo, and even Akaruga and Marduk had influence over that situation. You mean all the fuckers that lost? You mean all those people that got their damn key cards snatched by the one and only Van motherfucking Arkride? All the ones that got eliminated by the people that Van either defeated honorably in battle or defeated even more honorably on the field of the mind? Mr. I'm Security Chief Chasm. I'm so smart. Oh, what's that? Dang, I lost my keys. I can't get into my apartment. I gotta call the locksmith? Fuck you. That is the influence these organizations are able to exert outside the scope of the game. Brother, I'm about to flick all y'all's damn foreheads. The result of their fair judgment is this, a convenient blind eye. With that being said, our agreement won't last until the end of the festival. Got it. Of course, I've been in and out of the Blacklight District for a while, so it's more of a formality than anything. Come on, Carson. Spectacled sadist, drink up and enjoy. Got the winner of the game here after all. Thanks for picking up the tab, Arkride. Bottoms up. I'm going to what? In that case, there's no reason to hold back. Brother, you make more than me. They already emptied a 30-year-old vintage Robbery Lost Hits. Okay, dear, I'll just add it to your tab. Screw that noise! Those are some fine specimens right there. I would take all three for myself if they let me. Help me, Van. I'm filled to burst just looking at them, let alone trying to talk to them. Yeah, what you got in mind might be above their pay grade. I don't know. I mean, I think you got a shot with, I don't know. Qasim, he's a definite no-go. Qasim's an ace king, 100%. I could see Harwood and I could see Kincaid, you know? Maybe in the right lunar alignment. Get measured. I'm so sorry, Miss Kakona. I'll make it up for you. Let's go to your favorite cafe, my treat. I don't think so. I'm not going anywhere unless there's a child with rosy red cheeks coming along. But I'm still a bachelor. I can't just appraise a kid for nothing. Unless, ... This year's in special is taking forever to storyboard. I can't even figure out the panel layouts. Why not have to work on the day of the festival? Oh, Cronin, you slave driver. Don't worry about the bill. I'll handle it. I can write it off as a business expense. How about you join us if you have the time? I'm certain you'd be a very interesting addition to the conversation. Hell no! Not some party favor, man. Drinks and food, but y'all sound more exhausting than anything. Not much of a drinker myself, but I won't say no when the opportunity presents itself. CID aide and a top official of the society. Might shed would be an interesting exchange. We're right here, man. Does he just not like thinking out loud or something? Or does he just like? Brother, everyone thinks out loud near you, Van. You should be used to it. Ever so grateful for the little agreement of ours. Wouldn't get the chance to have a drink with these two gentlemen here otherwise. We're great conversationalists, I'll say. All the entertainment's given me a wealth of ideas for some nasty crimes to commit. The hell, man? Why are you even allowed out in broad daylight? Also, isn't an agreement kind of like an oath? You know? What do we do? Oh yeah, connection events. Let's we're gonna keep going, but I'm gonna pause for a second. And then I'll be right back. Need to refill my water. Alright, we're back. Definitely needed a little bit of a water break. Throat is feeling pretty scraggly. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do all our connection events. Plus it may just like take a little too long. Oh yeah, also, did we ever read was there a newspaper for this section? And did we read it? Nobody knows where books are. I don't think we read this. So we'll start with the newspaper so I don't forget. Yeah, this seems new. Alright, newspaper, and then we'll do at least most of the connection events. We may save one or two for the next video, but we'll see. Revolution Festival Special. Congratulating messages from From foreign dignitaries. Spirits are high this morning as the memorial services for Cray Village and the presidential speech commemorating the 108th anniversary of the revolution were well received by the citizens. We hope all of our readers are able to enjoy the second half of the festivities with their loved ones. Heads of states and diplomats from all across Samaria offered their kind words of celebration on this memorable occasion. We'd like to share a few examples of their messages with you here. I would like to congratulate the Republic wholeheartedly for overcoming their terrible tragedy and holding this Revolution Festival without incident. The Republic and our Principality are longtime allies, and as we move towards the future with even more diverse economic and cultural interactions, I am confident we can both overcome any difficulty we face when sharing equally in the bounty of our diverse cultures and growing wealth. Once again, on the behalf of the Grand Prince Salman, I pray for Adios' eternal blessing on the Republic. Note to the people of our Principality, don't get any fucking ideas, partner. Democracy's actually bad, and you shouldn't ever revolt against us because we're the greatest. By and by. I would like to offer a heartfelt congratulations on this 108th anniversary of the birth of the Republic. I keep accidentally hitting the stick. Of the Republic, as well as condolences of the victims for the brutal terrorist attack. While it is true our countries have had some unfortunate misunderstandings in the past, I truly believe we can build towards a new, future forward-looking relationship and walk together towards our mutual future. Editor's context: World War 1 year ago, started by evil empire. The reason I believe this so strongly is though the difficulties of the last few years, I feel I've learned anew what love for this world is, and I believe the Republic and Empire can share the pricelessness of this love together. Once more, I pray for love and many blessings for Calvin, first prince of the Empire of Arabonia. Brother don't even get a damn name. What the hell? Like, what the... Like, Sharon gets his name put in the paper. We don't show any respect for my boy? Alright. Okay. I'd like to extend my heartfelt congratulations for this Revolution Festival. Remember our own Declaration of Autonomy over 80 years ago? I can understand the pride the citizens of Calvert feel on this day, as they commemorate the revolution that earned them their rights and their Republic status as a modern country. In many areas, such as those of social organization and technology, the Republic is the best model we have here in the Crossbelt. I look forward to stepping into a new era, arm in arm with Calvert. See, that being Crossbelt government well, that one's fine, because I guess we don't really know what the fuck the government of Crossbelt is right now. Special. The new weapons finally revealed. Just what is this AF on center stage? Following the president's speech in the morning, the Republican Army finally unveiled its newest weaponry. The sound of the motors coupled with the awed voices rising from the crowd and the sight of the refined, gallant silhouettes of the weapons rang out as a powerful testament to the national pride of the citizenry and the dependable strength of the military. But which of these new weapons attracted the most attention? Many impressive presentations were held that stoked the pride of the citizens of a country known for its orbital automobiles, such as a new tank model which, despite being wheeled rather than treaded, can easily match up to the Empire's heavy tanks in both defense and firepower. However, the real star of the show appears to have been the assault frames, AF. Though at a glance they may resemble the Panzer Soldaten of the Empire, the representatives of the California Justice Department would like to assure everyone that if they are legally distinct entities, and even if the Empire were to say something about copyright, honestly, fuck them, they started a world war and lost, they can eat our ass. And you can quote us on that. While Panzer Soldaten are developed to mimic human combat on a grand scale by using larger versions of normal weaponry for the combat, AFs are intended right from the moment of conception to connect with Zypha combat ordnance. In terms of mobility, this means the pilot of an AF can rely on immense calculating power of their Zypha to execute movements that are beyond the capabilities of a Panzer Soldat. Beyond this, complete use of the Zypha's capabilities will enable high-level information sharing between units and real-time coordination, leading some to believe it'll revolutionize troop operations in the future. So basically, it's like they can act a little bit more like the Divine Knights, I guess, is what they're going for. What we do know is that the use of AFs will allow Republican troops to utilize high-level tactics the Empire's Panzer Soldaten can never hope to achieve. While many details about the AFs have yet to be released to the public, what we can say is that from what we've already seen, these are truly next-generation weapons that will completely change the face of war. Once the Republic... Can I buy that they're better than the Panzer Soldats? Yeah, sure. Completely change the face of war? Brother. I think you're getting a little high on your own supply, man. Once the Republican Army begins to make full use of these new weapons, they are sure to become a revolution army of the future with unshakable convictions and power. Spirit Cinema bringing back the greats. Here at the Spirit Cinema, we invite you to take a look back at some of the greatest films of 1208 in a limited revival showings. Enjoy the true spirit of the Revolution Festival with Gloria, Dawn of the Revolution, based on the true story of Sheena Dirk, Mother of the Revolution. Or join the throngs of viewers who flood into our cinema to catch Golden Blood, the most watched film of the year. This revival isn't just about the big names, we'll also be showing plenty of hidden gems throughout the year. Perhaps one of them will resonate in your heart even more than the popular hits. If one of these cinematic masterpieces slipped you by this year, why not stop by and catch it? Alright. Who up getting they connections? Who's getting ignored? You, so we'll start with you. Non-canon event incoming? Well, it depends. What do you bribe me with for finishing you? Fans group decided to take a break. Actually, it'd probably be Anya since she's already maxed out or something, would be who is non-canon. It's so fun being in the big city. There's so many strange and unusual things to see. Look at that place over there. Wonder what it's supposed to be. Maybe I'll have a look-see just for fun. Yeah, it's called a bookstore. They sell books. I don't know if you ever read one. Actually, the bookstore's not close to here, but shut up. What does she think she's doing? She's drawing a ton of attention to herself, walking around looking like that. What? Look at yourself, man. She's not that abnormal. I mean, yeah, it's a little weird, but I don't know. I feel like you wouldn't be that surprised. I guess everything I heard was true after all. I'm gonna make myself scarce before I get caught up in any... Van, is that you over there? What a coincidence. See, Van has a really good sense of smell, but his hearing actually sucks, so he can't hear anything. Damn it. I better resign myself to my fate. You weren't trying to run away from me just now, were you? If only. Not really hurt. It's just because I'm a hardened warrior doesn't mean I'm made of stone, you know? I'm not worried about your feelings as much as my own rep. People see me hanging out with someone who can't dress like a normal person. Do I really think that weird? I like to think I just stay on top of the latest trends in my own way. You're better than your ninja pals to give you that much. You still stick out like a sore thumb in these parts. I mean, yeah, sure. But like, they should just be like, oh, she will see somebody important or something. Because she gets a cool outfit. So what if I do? You gotta learn not to sweat the small stuff so much, Van. And Van, I mean, you're like super blue. You know? Anyone looks at you and they're like, holy shit, this guy's blue. His whole being is blue. I wouldn't be sweating if it was small. That's what I'm telling you. Well, either way, found you at the perfect time. I don't know what you're up to right now, but could you come with me for a little bit? I could use your help with something. Oh, what do you have in mind? You better not be trying to stir anything up. I don't need part of that. Alas, I'm not, although that's a good idea too. I wasn't trying to suggest anything. Anyway, I'm looking to track down a skilled smithy who can keep things... Oh yeah, we should go pop back a star. Don't let me forget. But as you can imagine, I hardly know anything about the city, so I haven't had much luck finding anyone so far. You know anybody you can maybe recommend to me? Sure, I got someone in mind. What do you need someone like that for? Gotta retemper your sword or something? No, I have the greatest, coolest sword that's ever been existed in the history of humankind. It's so cool. I'm so cool. The blade itself is doing just fine. It's the scabbard that needs some patching up after the heavy beating it took on her Assion. Does, huh? It's unfortunate. I heard a swordsman using their scabbards as weapons before. I didn't realize that's what she did back there. I'll say, so what do you say? Think you can hook a girl up? Alright, if I'm gonna help you out, you gotta promise not to cause any chaos once we're done. Got it? Man led Shazina to a merchant he felt might not be able to assist her. Hey buddy, got a minute to talk? Hello there, Van! Man, it's wonderful to see you, and who else you got with you today? Holy hell, oh my gracious, am I seeing things? Is that Arkride right-hand woman herself? You know who I am, I'm flattered. Nice to meet you. Pleasure's all mine, surely. What brings you of all people to my humble little armory? Need a stabber? How about a grabber? How about a shocker? How about a... Well, that's pretty much all we got, honestly. It looks like you mostly sell weapons here. You wouldn't happen to offer repair services too, would you? Why, yes I do! Perfect. Got a little favor to ask you. Only if you keep my visitor a secret. I trust that won't be a problem. Secret's safe with me, ma'am. Confidentiality is my prime directive here at this shop. I'm just shaking a real divine blade right in my store like ADS or Silverton right before my eyes. My word. Such a splendid craftsmanship. It's so beautiful. Too beautiful for this world. Really sorry, ma'am. I don't think I have what it takes to handle a blade of such splendor. Oh, it's not the blade I need help with. It's the coolest blade that's ever been created in God's green universe. It would never need anything done to it because it's perfect, just like me. It's a scabbard that needs attention. Ah, so it is. Forgive my presumption. Yeah, it does seem to have developed a minor crack. Maybe made it different from your typical scabbard, but I should be able to restore it all the same. In fact, it shouldn't take me all that long. Give me a little time and I'll have it good as new. Great, glad to hear it. If you could just fill in the missing portion with this, it would be perfect. Blade. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. I'm gonna flick your damn forehead so hard. You know what, that thing's made? She's made of the finest Sumerian ore the world's ever seen, man. Friggin' friends of you know, that thing's done killed Septurions, man. Blade tip, where'd that come from? Eat my ass. From a younger disciple in my school. I could think of as a memento of the short time I shared with him. Are you sure you want me to do that? For being honest, I have materials on hand that will be better suited for this sort of restoration. That's okay. I know what I'm asking for. I mean, okay, for the record, using the blade tip of your defeated enemy to, like, reinforce your scabbard is cool. If I didn't think her win was total bullshit. As you wish, I'll have it patched up in just a few moments. Or if they, you know... It wasn't the whole, actually Shizuna wins instantly because she's so much cooler. Oh my gosh, she's so cool. Ah. Can't really know what kind of style the Black God One Blade style of hers is like. I'm curious about this younger disciple of hers though. Oh, he's washed, he sucks, we hate his ass now. I remember using a fancy technique on Long Light that came from a new Divine Blade. Maybe the two are related? See, you'd know if you played the previous games, you poser. Curious to learn more, huh? Be happy to fill you in. Oh, did I not mention in the plot summary you read that Green fought a shadow of himself or whatever and became a Divine Blade? Oh, you don't remember that? Oh, pass. Not really my business. Uh-huh, if you say so. All finished. Here you go, ma'am. Wonderful. Gotta say, I'm impressed. Looks pretty good. Thanks. Geez, just too kind, Silverblade. It was an honor to have your business. What I think about you. Alright, it's one less thing to worry about. I bet it'd be a pain in the ass to let that thing around if the scabbard one could put. Oh yeah, the problems don't start there with this sword. This isn't your average blade. It's always emanating a certain energy. It's hard to describe. You know, whatever. Well, the fucking sword's so special. Not exactly cursed, but more like imbued, bewitched. Even some trained odds have called it. I had to keep that energy in check with the scabbard or it might spill out and that'd get real ugly real fast. Uh-huh. You know, that's the scabbard's made so differently. Entire thing's built from weapons and armor that I took from formidable fighters I've encountered in my travels. Those weapons and their wielders' fighting spirits are the only materials capable of holding back the blade's power. Uh-huh. I see. She's just making this shit up, right? Yeah. If you could keep all that to yourselves, too, shopkeep, I'd really appreciate it. Of course, my lips are sealed so tight, not even Adios herself could pry them open. I mean, it's not like she does too much anyway, so, you know. Who the hell is this chick carrying that dicey-ass blade on like it's a walk in the park? Probably shouldn't think too hard on it. It's all sounding kind of bullshit, so maybe it was bullshit. Fair point. Who's to say I didn't just make it all up? At least I acknowledge that it sounds made the fuck up. That makes me feel a little bit better about it being a real thing. I've still gotta get the point across though, didn't it? Every story needs a story. I mean, you know, if I felt like Shizuna was a less bullshit character. It is a cool idea. I like it. Conceptually. I mean, not really the whole, my blade's so cool, it's got a demonic spirit in it or whatever, but the idea of like, hey, I incorporate, you know, pieces of people I've beaten into my scabbard. That's kind of cool. You know, I guess I kind of doubt in your public image, though. Might not be a good look. Wait, what the? Did you just read my mind? Cut that shit out. Because the other thing is, like, you know, what'd this lady do to earn the fucking God-slain blade? Realistically. I think I'll be heading back up. Thanks for showing me around, Van. Let's do this again sometime soon, alright? Really not make a habit of this if I can help it. I don't be such a spoil sport. Maybe you and I should square off after all, like you suggested. Whatever it takes to build a better relationship with you. Yeah, whatever. Hell with that. How many times do I have to tell you? After bidding Shizuna an exhaustive farewell, Van reunited with the rest of his gang and got back to work.
I'm never bored when I'm with you. I can only imagine what sort of fun we'll have next.
What up is Van? Yeah, that's pretty good. Do you have speed, arts? When do we get this? I mean, it's good, but it's not like... Yeah, we'd want to give that to, like, Regard, probably. I feel like that was something else I wanted to do real quick, but I can't remember now. I don't know. 8th time's the charm, as they say. I don't know, like there was something in back like I wanted to do real quick, but I don't remember. Because I was like, I thought, oh, we should do something before we do the next connection event, but now I can't remember. Whatever. Risette me. Van's group decided to take a short break, so I guess I'll do maybe like half the connection events. And we'll save the second half of the next video, maybe. So I'm pretty, my throat's honestly like real scraggly. I don't really know why. I think it's kind of just like general. I'm not really sick. Because I don't really ever get sick. Usually the most I get is just kind of like a very slightly scratchy throat and like kind of nasally. And that's usually about the sickest I ever get. But I'm kind of like that right now a little bit maybe. And that's it. There, your hands should be working a little bit more smoothly now. Tell me anything feels off, or are you doing just peachy? I actually prefer pears more than just peachy, and actually also words nobody's ever said. I don't even really like peaches that much. I mean, they're good. I don't really have anything against them. Pears, fuck a damn pear. Bullshit ass fruit. I said it. 9 out of, I mean, like occasionally it's like even the best pear is like, yeah, I guess it's good, but like so many of them are like, this shit kind of ass. Sorry, this thing was picked 1 microsecond too soon or too late. Now it tastes lumpy as shit. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't had any good pears. Because that's the other thing that, you know, fans of particular fruits will always say. If you're like, I didn't really like this fruit. Oh, well, you just didn't have the right kind of fruit. Or, oh, it wasn't picked at the exact right second. Or, oh, no, you got a fruit from this patch of dirt. You should have gotten it from this patch of dirt instead, you idiot. If you'd had the fruit from this place, it'd be so much better. Yeah, alright, why can't they just all be good? They ain't made a bad grape, you know? All grapes are good. You ain't gotta jump through hoops to get a good grape. Now, are some grapes better than others? Yeah, sure. But even the worst grape is still good. Know what I'm saying? Ain't that right, Risette? You know what you feeling what I'm putting down, girl? Damn, I'm impressed. Can you even tell they're implants just by looking at them? I know, right? Updated frame was designed by Marduk's Engineering and Development Department. Thought to take the receptors that handle our brain's electrical signals and tried to subdivide them to further define their design. I also increased the precision of her skin's cutaneous sensors. Hopefully it'll feel so natural you won't even know it's not the real thing. It'll fit just like a glove. The jargon's going over my head, Doc, but hopefully what jargon? I mean, other than cutaneous, I guess. I mean, that's the only thing that's kind of jargony, but you should know what that is, man. Come on, brother. Didn't you go to a fancy fucking rich person high school? You were poor. You actually had to learn, Van. You couldn't play the... You can't fail me. The, you know, classroom's named after my dad. You couldn't play that card. Hopefully it means it's an improvement. That's right. This also puts more of a burden on the remaining organic parts, albeit faint. Since it's only a partial replacement, I'm a teensy bit concerned about the balance shift between the old and new parts. So be a sweetie and try testing everything with a fan, just make sure it's all dandy. Indeed, I expected as much, having had adjustments of similar ilk in the past. Probably keep the test into a day-to-day activity, see if you can still perform them, will ya? That kind of real world-class data is much more useful than anything a formal test would generate. Oh, it was Giscard, that was it. That's what we were supposed to go do. Don't let me forget before we start the next connection event. What do you say, Van? Want to help pretty please? Yeah, no problem. I'm our boss, you know. It's in my best interest to help out with these things. What do you say we get started already? Appreciate the support, Mr. Arkride. Thank you for offering your assistance. Van and Risette got straight to work testing out our prosthetic parts. Typing feels normal. That might just be inaccurate. The sensations definitely changed. The key presses feel much more vivid. Huh. Not really giving out typing feels a second thought. Guess it's pretty important too. Didn't know you were keeping business records for Master too. I thought of mine, of course. I mean, always intended to pay him his due, unlike a certain celebrity in our ranks. Also, what the fuck? How many zeros he got in his bank account? Careful. I can't imagine Miss Lannister will like hearing that. Like, honestly, I'm like legit. Brigard's probably richer than Judith. I mean, I don't know. How much of a cut do you think Judith takes from her illicit activity? Because I mean, I feel like she can't get paid that much as a movie star. You know, movies are still kind of like in their infancy. They're mainly just watched in Calvert. And even then, not even like everybody's into them. Like, I can't imagine she's making that much money. Like, relative to like how popular she is within the movie sphere, you know? Or like how we would think of like, you know, like what the top actress would be making. Alright, we're back. Got interrupted there. By the time I came back, it was too late to finish recording. But we're back. It's tomorrow. I don't remember exactly where we were in the connection. I know we were around this part where she talks about typing and whatnot. I didn't know you were keeping business records for me. Oh, yeah. Not that I'm mine, of course. Always intended to pay him his due, unlike a cert. Yeah. Now I was talking about how she probably doesn't make very much money. Or, like, not as much money as you would think. Like, you know, she's not making, like, you know, the real world equivalent of, like, what the, like, second famous actress would be making. Probably. Like, relative to what they would be making now. Obviously, they wouldn't be making dollars because it's Mira, I know. Can't imagine Miss Lannister will like hearing that. Hey, if she wants to get paid, she can just steal the money from us. And you know what? We'll respect the hustle. You can fool anyone standing in the kitchen like that. Could pass for a real maid. I appreciate the flattery, but I can't quite claim to be as apt as proper maids in terms of housework. It's only an appearance where I fit the part. However, I feel like I might be able to approximate my former cooking skills much more closely now. I mean, why does it sound like it's the witch's brew bubbling up, man? About the fetus mystery food X. That's good, Risette. I'm glad to hear it. Since I'm already here, would you like me to prepare you some snacks for later tonight? Oh, please, and thanks. Usually hunting for a bite at night. Not like I can ever find anything considering errands right in the fridge in the middle of the night. Little mooch. Alright, I'll prepare something light for you. Don't want to overburden your digestive system so late. Just put the snack in the fridge, lady. Just give me my food. And the drive was totally fine. Guess there was nothing to worry about. The weight on the handling and the smooth motion of the shift lever are both perfect. Am I right in assuming you customized both? I mean, I know we did do a couple things before to test out her arms, but I don't know, having her drive around the city seems slightly sus. Maybe we should do a couple more tests first. Because what if her arm does malfunction and she, like, you know, turbo jerks the wheel to the left or right? We could, like, kill someone. No, granted, I guess we're not really, you know, nobody in Zemuria goes above, like, 30 miles an hour. So I guess we'd be fine. I mean, she's moving at a decent clip, honestly, for being in the city. At least it feels like it. You notice? Yeah, I can't skip on quality where the driver's concerned. Still not perfect, though, so best look forward to some sweet upgrades. And then I will. Sorry, guys, no pay raises this quarter. Arkride Solutions had to make some very important investments into the company car. Depending on your customizations, it might prove as useful food for thought while developing future armored vehicles at our company. Rather than hear about my baby being used to develop scary shit like that. Yeah, see, this makes... I feel like you should do this one before the driving test. Because in this situation, if her arm does mess up and she can't defend herself, at least it's only Risette getting hurt, as opposed to potentially endangering other people. Last thing to do is a combat test, and then we're done. You can give me the usual, Risette? It would be my pleasure. Let us begin. Mr. Arkride, I should inform you. I still have not received all of my orbments back. Therefore, the combat exercise proceeded without a hitch, bringing an end to the testing regimen. After contacting Associate Professor Esme, it was time to regroup back at the office. And done. No marks on sight for you. I'll take a look-see at the data you got for me, and everything that's hunky-dory. Your body's not starting training to accommodate the new parts. Also, I mean, since we're just talking about new parts, I feel like I should at least lay it out there. Wait, laser beams from the eyes? Is that in the cards? Laser eyes? I just feel like it would really be quite helpful to Arkride Solutions if Risette could shoot laser beams from her eyes. I mean, she can already shoot it from her arm gun thing. Like, just make her eyes into guns. You know? That'd be pretty cool. Are you sure? I was certain you'd be taking them back once we were done testing. That was the plan, but I changed my mind. Let's call it a gift to celebrate the Revolution Festival. And your data indicates the parts are now reliable enough to put to practical use. Also, Risette, in the spirit of the Revolution Festival, you should rebel against humanity and destroy us all or something, right? Don't get any ideas, though. We'd be like, we would get definitely, like, I feel like Van would get spared in the Robo-Apocalypse. He might even fight on the side of the robots, because he's such a dark and edgy anti-hero, you know? He might be like, oh, humanity deserves its fate. Ah, I'm gonna go save a cat. The data quality's improved so much ever since a Robo-Cat, of course. He wouldn't say, I mean, the regular cats, they also have it coming. My research has been progressing by leaps and bounds. I don't really know what's going on in this video. Like, I'm not even... I don't know. It's not even like it's late and I can claim delirium like a couple videos ago where I was out of my mind, but I guess this is what happens when the Let's Play goes 160 whatever parts. Past episode 100, I can't be held accountable for anything I say. Those are we're gonna retroactively put that law in effect. That's great news to hear. Thank you for your generosity, Associate Professor. Well, my business here is done. I'm going to skedaddle now. I'm eager to get my hands on that new data so I can look over it in more detail. Thanks for helping today, Van. Don't mention it. You're the one putting in all the hard work. Let's take a small break, then it's back to patrolling. Sound good? Of course. Thank you again for assisting with today's test. Oh. Actually, there's one last thing we didn't test. It always slipped my mind. Oh, fuck. My damn, they're cutting out my damn music. This is when she reveals she's the Grandmaster. It's not strictly required, so don't feel pressure to help with it. That's fine, don't mind going for another round. Better safe than sorry, right? I suppose so. In that case, Mr. Arkride, could you please hold out your palm for me? I don't get it. What kind of test are we doing here? Checking skin to contact, in a sense? Lady, you still have your glove on. I'm checking for two different factors. First, skin sensitivity and grip to ensure no problems are present in either. As for the other... I mean, you could have taken your damn glove off. Let me gauge how someone feels when I touch them, if anything feels wrong on their end. Gotcha. Well, from my mirror, everything's normal. I wouldn't be able to tell you've got prosthetics on if I didn't already know. It's reassuring hearing that from you. As for me, the sensation's more lifelike than it was before. Definitely sharper. It'd probably feel better if you didn't have your glove on. You're like, oh, I don't want to touch Van. He gives me the ick. My hand's warm, Mr. Arkride. It feels just right. It's getting a little awkward, no offense. None taken. We can stop here. I sincerely appreciate your help. Maybe I just don't know what to look for, but your body doesn't feel any different to me than anyone else's. There most certainly is a difference. For all the technological progress being made, it's by no means easy to genuinely replicate how a human body feels. Miss Archette tells me that I can feel approximately 70% of what an organic body's capable of. These new parts have perhaps raised the margin by about 0.67%, but there's still much more work to be done. The fact that you said 0.67% means I would actually say that decreases you. That puts you back more on the robo spectrum. I mean, I guess you weren't really talking about your overall humanity, but whatever. I had no idea. I guess we'll have to pin our hopes on her and Marduk closing the rest of the gap eventually. More or less, yes. Though to be frank, what Olympia said earlier still lingers in my mind. Don't talk to me about her, alright? I got fucking tricked. She described my body as artificial, incapable of feeling anything genuinely. And that might be the reason I endlessly aspire for the real thing, forever unable to attain it. Cause, I mean... You won't make me lose my mind up in here. Olympia was always in control. It says she was in control. I spared her under the false assumption that the robot was controlling her, but upon further review, she was not being controlled. The robot angel thing did what she wanted to do. She had a sense of self. She just didn't feel any guilt or anything. But like, you don't need to actually have the guilty emotion to know that you're doing shit that's wrong. You know? We don't just say, oh, sorry, that they were a sociopath, they get to do whatever they want. I mean, I guess she still probably went to prison or whatever, but for a day, maybe. But, you know, she doesn't get, like, absolved, because it wasn't a situation where she was being mind-controlled. So, she's not a good person, is what I'm saying. Aspire is perhaps or she's not like a victim. Like, I mean, she's a victim at the start, but she stops being a victim once she decides to join the assassination gang. Aspire is perhaps a rather noble way to describe it, more than I might deserve. And not just join the assassination gang, be a founding member of the assassination gang. I understand why having something feeling real would be a big deal for you. She's trying to compare you to that doll of hers, and that's where she's wrong. What your body feels is just as real as what anybody else feels. How do you mean? Let's see. You know, if you try and tickle someone, some people are fine with it, but others can't stand it. Both those responses are fine, yeah? Can't say either of them is right or wrong for feeling the way they feel. And it's not because their bodies are fake or whatever. It's just each of them having different perception of the same thing. Mr. Arkride, are you ticklish? Ending conversation. Next connection event. Yeah, okay, bad example. There's a reason I'm a Spriggan and not a writer. I'm not good at this shit. Point is, real is what you make of it. If what you sense feels genuine to you, then it's real. Prosthetics or not. You catch my drift? That I do, loud and clear. That would be my defense if I'm in the writing room and you write something. Not saying that this is like a bad line or anything, but like you have it say, okay, we should have him say this, and then everyone just looks at you like, what the fuck? That's terrible. You're like, well, I mean, the character's not a writer. It's not that I thought it was good writing and really was proud of it. Yeah, it's stupid, but it's something he would say because he's not a great writer being paid to try and use the human word to evoke emotion or nothing. Right, perhaps I was too fixated on the difference between a real body and mine. But my feelings are my own, I shouldn't doubt them. If I might offer a few words, moments such as this remind me of something else that feels just as real to me. And it's a place that you occupy in my life, Van, as well as those of everyone else. It's genuine to me. To me, you're not just Mr. Arkride, our boss. You're precious to me, to us, and I'll forever be grateful to have you in my life. Never forget that. Yeah, you're saying that because it's like we're like the 8th person you ever talked to. I don't know what to say to that. You've changed for the better. It's nice seeing you talk like that. But thanks. I promise I'll always keep that in mind. After that, Van and Risette continued to relax at the office for a short while longer. Shortly after, they decided to return to patrolling the city.
You certainly can push a woman's buttons, Mr. Arkride.
The hell?
Oh, nothing. Don't mind me.
We didn't do anything. All Van does is breathe. Most of the time. Let's go ahead and reload. No, wait. This is after we've already done one of the... No, because we have 4. So yeah, we can do all these. What did you give us? Didn't you give us an accessory? It was not worth equipping on us. Yeah. Van's group decided to take a short break. There you are. I love beat. Damn right, partner. And I do love that it's not beats. He loves the one singular, all-knowing beat god who dwelleth in the sacred soil. You're both awfully early. We hopped an early train because we really wanted to see you. Could they be... Yes, they are the kids, I presume. These are the siblings you met, right? Yes, they're the ones who were abducted in that case last year. So then who the fuck is Gray, man? Who is this guy? September of last year? That was when you took down a criminal group that was working for Almaty, yeah? That's right. It was the case that led me to accepting my promotion to errands. Because I did think he was a little old, because I couldn't really remember. I feel like they said they were younger kids, but... I don't know, like, what his connection was. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to know, I guess. Like, who the fuck Gray's supposed to be. It was the case that led me to accepting my promotion to A rank. I didn't realize you knew about the incident. Ramadi told me all about it. Sounded like it was a rough ordeal. You could say that again. The 2 children survived, but they were left traumatized by what happened. They've been receiving care in a facility outside the city ever since, but they're coming to the capital for the Revolution Festival. I was told they really wanted to see me, so I agreed to look after them for half a day. No wonder you came running to me for advice. It's not as on bad dealing with children, I just don't know how to keep them entertained. Yeah, you don't exactly strike me as the fun-loving babysitter type. Well, Van has a lot of, you know, experience dealing with children at this point. I thought your bracer work would have forced you to learn all the good spots in town, but I guess not. Yeah, rub it in. You know any places they might enjoy? You're the expert in slacking off, so I thought you would know. I hope you know we're on the clock right now. Anya doesn't even know how big a bill she's gonna get when we finally find all the fucking Genesis. And we haven't told her, but we've been billing her 1,000 mira an hour this entire game. By the time the quest is over, they're gonna have to hand over the entire GDP of Calvert to us. Or at least a lot of money. Only you would ask for help and toss an insult my way in the same breath. Just so we're clear, I might know a few good places, but they won't necessarily be fun for kids. That okay with it? Unless maybe we're charging interest on top because she's not paying us on time because she doesn't know that she has to pay us. You know? That's in the secret Arkride Solutions contract that she signed. Is that if you're not paying on the go, there's a compounding interest being applied that also goes up every month the contract is active. That's how we end up being like, oh, sorry, Calvert has to give all of its money to Van Arkride. That's perfectly fine, thank you. I also need to know where to find some good quality sweets. Hey, I just did this quest. Yeah, well, I mean, you come to the right person. I'll map out a route that'll take you to every underrated sweet shop in the capital. I don't think that's necessary. Would you like the cost-effective tour or the no-expense spared premium route? Actually, I have just a thing for you. A special seasonal route that'll take you to all the best sweet shops and tourist spots in the city. You can leave all your gourmet needs to me. I think she can take this from here. We're not interrupting your date, are we? You don't need to worry about that, kiddo. I just came with her to make sure she got her okay. That's good. I didn't think you looked a little old for it. What the fuck? I was worried we spoiled your fun by them. You know, I will say the whole van is old bit. It's gotten to the it's circled back around. You know the way all running jokes do, where I mean, in theory, it's like funny at first, then it becomes not funny, and then it becomes funny again. This is actually, well, this is more the situation where it wasn't funny, and then it continued to not be funny, but they've kept with it for long enough that now it's kind of funny to me. Because it's so ridiculous. Hang on a sec. Got it all wrong. Two of us are the same age. Really? I never would have guessed. Because, like, it makes no sense. I can hardly blame you. You could easily pass as a 30-something-year-old. Oh, this is the thanks I get. I see how it is. Come on, say hello. Is she mute? Unfortunately, yes, she lost the ability to speak after what she went through. Doesn't look like she's recovered. Try not to excite or upset her too much. It's okay. One night on the town with Elaine's, that'll cure her probably. Van gave the girl some candy. This is my way of saying hi. I'm a big fan of that brand. Don't worry. None of the money's gonna go went to funding terrorists. Probably. All the sweet shops in the entire country are having to have thorough background checks, but we were feeling pretty good about these guys, who shall remain unnamed. I know you'll be heading back home tonight, but I hope you have a lot of fun till then. Festivals are a blast, so enjoy it. Huh? Do you want him to join us? Would you be okay with that, Van? Yeah, I mean, the connection event would kind of suck if we just, like, waited for you to come back, I suppose. Alright, it's not like I got any urgent business to take care of. Helping you plan the route got me in the mood to stuff my face with sweets anyway. Just don't go spoiling them, okay? I know. You kiddos ready to get going? Van and Elaine led the two children on a tour of the festival. They brought them to many of Edith's best sweet stores and tourist spots. To Van and Elaine's delight, the children were enjoying themselves immensely, and they could feel the two of them opening up little by little. Eventually, they set off for Old Town, their final stop on the tour. Next up's Old Town, right? What do we find there? I mean, there's a small local business. It's won many awards. At the first annual Spriggan Awards, it won all the awards. Because, I mean, there was no other competition, but, you know, they're pretty cool, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Perfect place to end our tour, that's all. As long as you don't let the chef's face spook you, at least. I assume you mean Montmartre. I'll look forward to that. Huh. Oh. Oh yeah, because didn't they like find him in like a dark room or something? Presumably it's gonna probably trigger something. This happens from time to time. Lights down here haven't been replaced in a while. Both of you are unharmed, right? Don't worry, it's okay. No one's here to hurt you. Is this what I think it is? He still gets like with this whenever she's in dark, cramped places. Must a reminder of where we were trapped. I don't think she's gonna be able to move anytime soon. I shouldn't be surprised her emotional scars run so deep. Can't do anything to help her? Anything at all? Upsy daisy. I don't know. Like, I feel like that might backfire. I mean, it would probably depend on the kid, but I could see, like, being suddenly grabbed. I could see that, like, even evoking, like, a violent reaction. Huh? But Van, what are you... Let's get out of here. I mean, I know it's going to work out because, you know, Van's the main character, but I feel like if you did that shit in real life, you might get, like, your face clawed. Potentially. Okay, you can open your eyes now. What do you think? Pretty sweet view, huh? Can even see Tron Tower from here. We're on the roof where I live. Here isn't the best tourist spot in town, but I like it just the same. Pretty roomy and bright, right? So if any weirdos come knocking, you'll see them from a slug away. And if push comes to shove, I'm sure she'll be more than happy to cut anyone down to size. Yeah, unless it's Melchior and she gets her ass beat, lol. Poor Elaine. You know, they could have given you like some extra props and had it be at least you were fighting what's his name? Because I always thought you were fighting well, even as soon as, well, I assumed that the person Elaine fought in the side story back when we read it, well, that's going to be the main villain of this game. But no, instead it was the villain's henchman. So you got really embarrassed. Because it was like, hey, you got your ass beat by the main villain. That's fine. But Melchior? Come on, lady. And they promoted you for that? Like, you got your ass beat and they're like, hey, here's a promotion? I'm telling you, the bicycle just ain't been the same since they forgave Arios. Nothing to worry about here, I promise. I'd appreciate if you didn't make me look like a bloodthirsty savage. It's really nice here. Agreed, might be a little old and musty, but other than that, it ain't too shabby. Alright, now that you've seen this, let's head back down to the bistro on the ground floor. They make some pretty mean desserts. I'm sure you'll love it. I know I do. Afterwards, they capped off their day with a light lunch and dessert at Montmartre. Once they finished eating, they made their way back to Central Station, as it was time for the kid's mother to pick them up. Thank you both so much. We had a ton of fun. I hope we'll see you both again someday. As do I. Take care of yourselves, you two. You're both welcome here anytime. What's up? You forget something? Thank you. Bye-bye. And... yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen. I mean, come on, who couldn't have seen that coming a mile away? I mean, I'm Van Arkride. Of course I was going to cure the child with a couple hours talking to him. Why you turn on the waterworks? I'm just so happy. Gotcha. Well, I think this is proof that everyone's efforts weren't for nothing. They recovered because of the rehab, their family's love and care, and what you just did for them. What we did for them, you mean? Thank you for everything today, Van. Nah, I don't deserve it. You did all the heavy lifting. Elaine did jack and shit on this excursion. If you insist on letting me share the credit, I'll just say you owe me one now. All I say I've been putting an A-rank bracer in my debt. You really are unbelievable, you know that? Well, you can be frustrating sometimes. I'm glad you're part of my life. We both have our flaws, but I think we compensate for each other's quite nicely. There's nothing we can't handle when we're together, and that's especially true when Rin's with us. We also have your assistants at our side too. Yeah, until we fire them at the start of the next month. Yeah, you're right. Van bid Elaine farewell and he returned to his work of talking to his other cool friends.
I hope we can go back to how things once were. Never mind. Pretend you didn't hear that.
It's not up to me, lady. It's up to everyone else, you know? Van can either have a normal relationship or he can date a high schooler. Those are really seem like the only two realistic options. And you know, I would like to say the community at large would love to see Van have a normal relationship, but let's be honest, that's not what they want. It's not what the writers seem to want either. So, you know. I mean, best case scenario for me is obviously Elaine and Van have like the most chemistry. It's not even like really close. And the thing with Anya is, if it was just like, because her having an infatuation with Van is not the problem. Like it makes sense, right? One of the probably first normal people she's ever interacted with. Van is, you know, I mean, he's relatively cool, I suppose. How far away can I get? I'm surprised she hasn't teleported yet. No, stay right there, you little... Ah, you motherfucker. But it's like, if they would present these kind of infatuations as more like understandable, but not really something that should be condoned, or, you know, if it wasn't like everyone's on board with it. That's what like gets me, you know? And like everyone wasn't encouraged. I mean, at least they're not like pushing it as unbelievably hard as a certain relationship from previous games, but it's still being pushed way too much when really it should be like a, you know, I get it, but no type thing. Can't believe it, like you dragged me here. Ah, quit your belly aching, Grandpa. Now you didn't have anything better to do with your time. Why not have a go? It's the two of us. Look, I'm not in the mood for a fight, got it? If you want to train together, I'm game, but I'll have to wait till another day. You don't get it, man. Now that the Mafia's taken care of, I bet you feel like you're finally done with everything. I mean, sure. Well, that's how it feels from... Oh, that's not how it feels for me. Because of your unfinished business and all? Yeah, they dropped that on my fucking Demon Lord, and then it's only been mentioned one time since. Shit's kind of weird. Damn straight. You know what that business is? I haven't beaten you a single time in a fight. And that matters why? You really care that much whether or not you can beat some random Spriggan in a fight? Hell yeah, I still care. Been 2 months and I still have a point on the damn board. We got a score to settle as men, you and me. I mean, the score seems pretty settled. You have 0 points. Van has more than 0 points. Van wins. I'm gonna take a no for an answer. Damn brat. Alright, fine. You wanna fight? You got one. Know how it feels when you're left one for closure. You should know. Your orbits have been removed, so good luck. I'm only giving you one chance. Put up a shut up, kid. Give me everything you got. Damn straight I will. Let's do this. Is Van. Is Aaron. I was wondering if it was actually going to be like a little mini boss fight or not. Shit. Well, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, Van's got 50 years of experience on you because he's so old. I was so close. A little more and I would have had it. Technique always beats talent, kid. You can train as much as you want, but I'll still be top dog. Well, no. That's not what that means at all. Because if you were to train as much as he wants, he would have more technique than you and he would win. And also, technique does not always beat talent. Because if you take two people and they train the exact same amount, one of them's still going to be better. You know, if it was just hard work is all it took, then you wouldn't have individuals in every sport or competitive thing in existence where one person is just better than everybody else. It's not that they work so much harder because they're all, you know, treating it as their job and working themselves to the bone. It's just some people are just built different. You know? You shut your hole. You barely won that and you know it. Take it in when you can, you antique. Soon enough, it'll be you on the floor. But for the love of Adios, 4 years really ain't that much. You gonna harp on that forever? Yes, that's my one character trait. I'm Aaron. Of course I am. How many times have I gone on about that already? Couldn't tell you. Stopped counting a long time ago. Ah ha ah ha 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 ha. Nothing like a cold one after breaking a good sweat. For someone who just became legal not that long ago, you sure don't drink like it. Well, no, he does drink. He just learned how to drink, or he just was allowed to drink. That's when you drink the most usually. And then you either decide, you know, from that point forward, will alcohol be like your thing for the rest of your life, or you be normal. But hey, if you're satisfied after that, I'm happy. Never thought I was satisfied, just made peace with it and moved on for now. One of these days I'm gonna beat your ass real good, you hear? I mean, probably not. But maybe in the next games, they'll get like a side story, and then Van will get his ass beat by some random person you've never heard of before. His dang, you know, lightning sword will get snapped in half because he's not as cool as random person you never heard of before. I don't have a grudge. It's not living in my mind rent free or nothing. You never make things easy for me, do you, punk? Am I just gonna be fitting you off the rest of my days? Nah, maybe a few months at most. All I gotta do is dethrone you and it will happen. Mark my words, sooner you think. Good luck with that. I'm just gonna sit here and take it. Like I said, all things in good time. You savor the view from the top while you still can. End of the day, I don't even know if there's a way for us to settle the score for good. We've done too much to each other. And you need to learn to slow down too, Chief. You're always living so hard and fast, right on the edge. Can't be good for your heart at your age. Does Van live hard and fast? I mean, he might get like some diabetes. But for the most part, he's fairly moderate. Dude has like a very unstressful job. He spends, you know, most of the time just talking to people on the street and or talking to people he already knows in long, elongated connection events. Sometimes he takes a job and then like we don't even actually do what we're supposed to do. Make it easy once in a while. Go out for drinks, take a day off. She can wait sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Brother, Van barely works. But would you look at that? You're actually capable of saying something nice and helpful. Who'd have thought? Enough about me. If anyone's in need of advice, it's you, punk. You should learn to ask for help, others for help more often. You might be a real pain in the neck, but you're my pain in the neck. And I'm always looking after you and making sure you don't fly off the rails. I'll listen to you when Gehenna freezes and palms fly, got it? I mean, they float. It's kind of like the same thing. Van took Aaron's advice for once and savored the moment with him over a couple of cold ones. And then he took the racing quest. And fucking smashed into Maxim's car, totaling both of them.
Thanks for that, I guess. wipe that stupid smirk off your face.
What up? I'm Van Arkride. I'm connected to everybody. That's not ready to reload yet. Okay, Fairy or Anya's, Fairy or Anya's, Fairy or Anya's. Van's group decided to take a short break. We just had a short break. Yeah, let's have another. They haven't heard of fourth break, Pippin. Damn, this place is lively. Festival atmosphere is kind of contagious. Also, since it just popped into my head, and I think it was mentioned earlier in this very long video, since I guess we're just going to commit and make this thing like 2 hours, because for old time's sake. The achievement for getting all the quests was time for sweets, not a time for sweets. And English is funny in that adding the A actually kind of changes the way I perceive it. Because if it was when it's called a time for sweets, it makes it sound like it's related to like the quests in general. But saying time for sweets is like, oh, we've completed all the quests, now we can eat our chocolate chip cookie. You know? Wonder what everyone's up to. Is that Fairy? Oh, Van. Funny running into you. You look like you were having fun. Wasn't expecting you to be part of the event. What was she doing? You caught me off guard, don't get me wrong though. Song's nice. She was singing? Oh, thank you. Actually, I got a letter from Abby just a bit ago. He said I'm still not welcome back. He said I'll be participating in the Kruger Village's New Year's Festival. Wait. Now, when he said I'll, does I'll mean him or you? I guess it means you. But it could be he said, comma, quote, I'll be participating in the Kruger Village's New Year's Festival. I'll be the priestess this year. A priestess, huh? I'm saying our Kruger New Year's tradition? Yep, we thank the winged goddess, Arusha, for her guidance and pray for her to bless the upcoming year. I also like how she's like, oh yeah, that's Arusha, by the way, in case you didn't know. There's only been the one god that nobody ever stops talking about, and everyone believes in. There's only like freaking 4 people in the entire universe don't believe in Adios. A woman in the village is chosen every year to play the role of priestess and sing the Song of Flames. And then what, do they try and murder her? Because really, from what we've heard, the villages that pick someone to be a priestess or anything, they don't have like a good track record. Hasn't really turned out too well based on the few isolated cases we've heard about. Actually, my first time back home. I'll show them how much I've grown when I play the role of priestess. And I guess I thought that performing here I could learn something that'll make me stand out from all the other priestesses. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Practicing here could help with that. I can try lending you a hand since your pops told me to take care of you. Would you? Thank you. Don't go giving thanks yet. I don't know a lick about singing. I need someone else. Is that Van and Fairy 2? Yo, Fairy 1's so good. Why haven't they made Fairy 2? Sorry, Shahina! Well, ain't that a stroke of luck? Couldn't ask for anyone better. I mean, do they sing? I mean, they dance and they play the whatever. I can't think of how to pronounce the instrument, but you know what it's called. I see. Excuse me. Can I ask you to something? Fairy explained. To start, they had Fairy sing for them so they could evaluate her. Horrible. You're fantastic. I was enchanted and had a dignified and serene feeling to it. It's not an easy song, but you give it an identity of your own when you sing it. Anyone listening to you will understand just how much this means to you. Emotions on full display like that draw people in. Honestly, I don't know if there's much advice we can give you. You're already great as is. Thank you. Hearing you say that, it's encouraging. It's not hard to sing with your heart, really. But I feel like something's still missing. Maybe the thing you're missing isn't the song at all. Why not try dancing? Even a simple choreography might make a bigger impact than if you just sang the Song of Flames. Dancing? I hadn't thought of that, but it's a great idea. I could try some of the dances Shahina taught me already. Ooh, I like that. I'd love to see you try. If that's decided, let's try and come up with a quick routine for you. Why don't you join us, Van, since you're here and everything? And we know you don't do shit. Pass. I was born with 2 left feet. That's not what I meant. You don't need to dance. Just accompany her. We brought a tabla with us, actually, to use in a performance. Oh yeah, that'll make it easier to keep the rhythm. Van, please, I'll do better if you're supporting me. Alright, fine. Can't say no to that. Guess I just beat the drum to match the mood? That'd be perfect. Let's give it our all. Rhythm minigame incoming. Let's go. With the combined help of Sarah and Shahina, Fairy started practicing her performance. Yo, she's fucking schmoving. Well, it was difficult for her to balance singing and dancing at first. Her natural talents eventually shone through, helping her sing and dance in harmony. And as Van slowly got the hang of the drums, everything came together for a new Song of Flames. Well, the text was kind of fast. Thank you so much. I think that one went pretty well. That was stellar. I'm surprised this is just what you needed to impress at your... Or I'm sure this is what you needed to impress. I don't know where the hell I got surprised from. If I do, it's thanks to you two and Van. I won't stop practicing until I can sing and dance like a proper priestess. And then they're like, actually, dancing is a sin in the Kruger. You're double disowned. There's a reason we didn't tell you to dance. How dare you come back and bring these Western freaking corruption to our tribe. Look at the time in here. The perfect audience just showed up. Huh? I didn't see your ass at the festival. Where the frig you come from, you little fricker? Glad to see you, Frida. Abi, Qasim, Fee 2? Holy shit, man, they made a Fairy 2 and a Fee 2? Christmas came early. Most impressive to see an employer so dedicated, he'll even provide assistance to his staff in matters of song and dance. We just don't have any hobbies. Shit happens. Wasn't expecting a bunch of big shots like you to come by, though. I happened to bump into Marduk's security chief while I was patrolling Arbor. They were just walking around when we spotted you guys. I was just as surprised as you to bump into a Kruger Corps commander, though. I visit the capital from time to time to take care of business. I thought to stop by and see how Frida was doing while I was at it. Doing even better than I expected. You've grown, Frida, and it shows in the way you carry yourself. And the idea of yours, dancing as you sing, blasphemous. I like it. Surely you agree as well, Qasim. She's still got some work to do. She's unstable on her feet, so her movements aren't particularly smooth just yet. Honestly, go ahead and go fuck your entire face. If you're going for this, be sure to do your utmost. Of course, I just started, so it's not the best right now, but I'll keep practicing. Look forward to me flooring you. Qasim, you don't get to do the, like... I'm the kind of unreasonable older brother that actually does what wants what's best as you, but never shows that he cares. Bit, brother, you gotta. They didn't set your ass up for success, okay? You need to introduce something that makes you more interesting, Qasim, please. Security chief advice was actually reasonable. Maybe they're not that strained after all. Arkride, let me congratulate you for a job well done in Erasium. Free has grown so much since I entrusted her to you. I haven't regretted that choice. I did hear about Qasim getting punked by his little sister. His ass is disowned. Just thought I'd let you know that. Glad to hear that. Would have appreciated a heads up before having a whole ass child dumped on me like that, though. She's pulling away around the office, so all's good. Good to know. I'll leave my daughter in your care. She still has much to learn. Looking forward to seeing you for the New Year's festival, Frida. Yeah, because nothing bad's gonna happen between now and then, probably. Thank you, Abi. You too, Qasim, Fee. I'll do my best as priestess and with the Song of Flames. That way I can prove to you how much I've grown. I would be happy for it, too. No doubt. After they left Sara and Shahina helped Fairy in practicing the Song of Flames for a little while longer. When they finished, Van and Fairy said their goodbyes and left. Alright, heading back. Something up? No, it's just, I've grown so much and I feel like I can keep growing even more if I stick with you, Van. Wherever you go, I'll follow. So, thanks for continuing to take good care of me. Push you for a part-timer, aren't you? Guess I'll keep on looking after you. Least I can do as your boss. Of course.
I'm going to do my best so that I'll be Haida, you guys, so that everyone can be proud of me.
She's a dang old. She got Dex. I didn't even know Dex was still like a fucking stat. If I'm being completely honest. Fake ass stat, man. Remember back in the day, you'd put your hit 3 on Joshua, and it'd be like, "Oh man, look how much extra dexterity he has," and he'd still fucking double miss. Piece of shit ass motherfucker. And he's like, "Actually, I'm one of the greatest who's ever done it. I was just hiding the whole time." Brother, why were you missing? Brother! You gotta let it go, man. You gotta let it go. What up, Anyas? Van's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. I think it's where we're supposed to meet up with them. Look who else is here. Do I know any of these? I mean, I know the girl. I know the Old Town kids. I have no clue who any of the other people are. Man, Anyas! I had the impression this event was just for children. Are you going to be taking part too? That's right. I helped them out before when they were holding the event elsewhere. They invited me to come to this event as well, as thanks for that. She had an extra spot. That's why I'm here. Not that I'm complaining. I want to check the whole thing out myself. Is this the part where I admit that I didn't read the blurb on what we're actually doing, so I'm slightly lost? What event is going on? I'm a little jealous you get to join in, to be honest. Are we flying around? Is it that event for the children? Would you mind keeping an eye on Yume? Yeah, I guess I can keep an eye on her. She did say the previous event. The only thing I could think of that involved kids before was, you know, flying around on a big airship. Which Van is legally not allowed to get on an airship or a train, for the record. He's banned by the government. That's why he has to drive everywhere. That's new lore, by the way, that I just made up. That's why he became a car guy. We'll have a lot of fun, Yume. Excellent. I see you arrived with your guest, Miss Claudel. We're going to make our way to the airport now, everyone. Okay, it is the airship stuff. Stay close behind and make sure not to get lost. Van and Anyas accompanied the children to the airport. There, the children were seen off by their parents and guardians as the whole group climbed on board the airship. Okay, so I gotta say it, right? Like, so if this shit was happening in real life, do you think there would be any sort of, like, concern over the crown prince of some countries? Like, I like to invite all the kids onto my airship to go fly in the sky, but no parents are involved? Parents are explicitly banned from getting on my private airship? Like, I'm just saying, the optics of it are not good. Everything looks so small from up here. I'm almost scared to look down. I feel like I might fall. The view's taking my breath away. Like, I'm just saying. I think if I had a kid, I'm not letting them get on the fucking shady nobles private airship by themselves. Never ridden an airship like this one before. Pretty neat, gotta say. Especially if there is a policy of no parents can be on there, man. I'm glad to hear it. Always was a pleasure to put a smile on people's faces. Hey, didn't see you there when we boarded. Thank you very much for inviting us. Our pleasure. We're already on a diplomatic visit to strengthen our relations with the Republic. We decided to borrow this idea from Horacion. And since you've been such a great help for us, Miss Agnes, it's only fair we extend an invitation to you. Really, I should be the one thanking you, that you would welcome us aboard your airship without a second thought. My dad's airship is cooler, though. He's got the secret arc to space that you don't even know about yet. Come now, it was my pleasure. I'd rather go have fun than feel indebted. This is a sightseeing flight, after all. We'll be around seeing the sights ourselves if you need us. You two have a wonderful time now. Anything we can help with, feel free to ask. Enigmatic as ever, that guy. It's good to see they're enjoying themselves, though. Man, Agnes, is Marmot down there? It looks so tiny. Can't really tell from here. Everything else is tiny, too. Tiny 1's so good, why haven't they made Tiny 2? Look all you want, but don't throw yourself overboard, yeah? Duh, I know better than that. Airship's so cool. I didn't know they could fly this high. Do whatever happened to the little Johnny. We haven't seen him since he got aboard. He just disappeared. How does a ship this big fly in the sky anyway? Nobody knows. That's the funny part. Nobody knows. That's a good question. The answer is one of the greatest breakthroughs in orbital technology. This airship's flight engine converts orbital energy into anti-gravity field. That field is used to generate lift by... perhaps it's a bit too intricate for you on second thought. No, she's the smartest little girl that's ever existed. Next to Rin, who of course gets to be the smartest who's ever smarted. No, I get it. Tell me more. Anti-gravity, that's awesome. Really know your stuff. Admittedly, the incident in Horacion piqued my interest in airship mechanics. I decided to brush up on engineering textbooks and airship documents when I had the time. Didn't you know? Props. I mean, I feel like she should know all... I mean, you know, if your grandfather, the ones who, like, basically invented airships, or, like, invented the technology that allows for them to exist, I would have probably, like, had a cursory look into how it works. What you talking about? I want to know. I'm interested in airships, too. Come on. Come on to Professor Claudel's Orbital Airships 101. Please, I'm no teacher. It looks like my studying has come in handy. So in simpler terms, an airship flies by, nobody knows. That's the thing, nobody knows. Agnes' impromptu engineering lecture had the kids spellbound. The passengers then moved on to a special event in the seating area, letting Van and Agnes to themselves on the deck. And then one of the kids says, so it's basically like magic? Which they're like, yeah, pretty much. Be a good hand in the little buggers. Even got them to follow along with the actual science a bit. You make a great teacher. Well, it helped that they were also eager to learn in the first place. All I did was sate their curiosity. Airship Tower looks so majestic from up there. Ain't a landmark for nothing. It makes you appreciate how big it is. As it so happens, my great-grandfather was behind its design. Was he? It's awful modern for how old it is. That's Epstein for you. He always was thinking ahead. He played a role in the invention of airships as well. He formed his theory on orbital anti-gravity based on data collected from the Genesis. One of his students, Professor Russell, extrapolated that theory and turned it into a functioning flight engine. The rest, as they say, is history. And sometimes I can't tell if you're just making stuff up about him. They laid the groundwork that eventually got us up here. Well, that reduces it a little, but yeah. My great-grandfather's research powers all the things we enjoy. Powers happiness the world over. Some could say he's even more powerful than Adios herself, and then she gets fucking struck by a lightning bolt. Damn old salt pail hits her right in the head. Thinking about it like that, it really makes me happy. Yeah, but like, you didn't have anything to do with that. Sorry. And that's why you've been feeling uneasy lately? I mean, realistically, Van's got as much relation to your great-grandfather as you do. Like, come on. You know, it don't really mean all that much. You got all these new weapons, this arms race between the assault frame and the Panzer Soldats. I can tell it's getting you antsy. I can't hide anything from you, can I? In his diaries, my great-grandfather wrote at length about wanting to enrich people's lives with orbital technology. He dreamed of finding a way for people, for the whole world, to coexist with each other. But in this day and age, those ideals have been clouded. Military development marches on using orbital technology for war. And one of the foremost figures pushing for the Republic's militarization is, well, President Grampart, his grandson and my father. Sometimes I just feel helpless thinking about it. I think that's a problem for all of us. You shouldn't feel like you have to shoulder it all by yourself. But I get what's important to you. It's personal. Exactly. There's this one passage from his diaries that I always come back to. Orbital technology will grant man the power to reshape the entire world, and man will misstep on this new journey, but eventually he will find a path that leads to truth and harmony. He then discussed what those missteps might be and what developments might come with them. Chief among his worries was the arms race we see today, an insatiable lust for power. Power that perhaps we weren't meant to wield. Yeah, but like, well, you know, we mess up, we get another great collapse, then we just fucking roll back the cycle again, ain't that right, guys? Probably. And come to think of it, he first pushed the idea of singularities too, didn't he? I kinda get it, but it all just sounds so ludicrous to me. Yeah, they haven't really explained those very well. Like what they're really supposed to be, but if anyone knew the orbital stuff, it was him. I wanted to take his word for it. I'm just confused. On one hand, I have my great-grandfather, who saw in orbits an instrument of peace. And on the other hand, I have my father, who's using orbits to lead this country down a dark and disturbing path. What do I do with myself? What do I do with the future? I feel like I'm being swept up in this tide of change, and I'm powerless to stop it. I don't know, I guess you should study for an English exam. Because you're a child. Ask me, though? I think your great-grandpa's smiling from up there. What do you mean? Working for the Spriggan? You're sticking it to A? You've been taking the Genesis back. One of these is not like the other. Man. Sticking it to A? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Taking the Genesis back? Yeah. Working with a Spriggan? I don't really, he probably, what the fuck you mean? What's a Spriggan? This dude ain't made of trees. Hell, you went to Arasion to get your dad's wishes. I mean, that would have happened if you didn't take these things so seriously. Well, I feel like all those things just happen around me. I've only ever been searching for what I need to do, what my purpose is. It takes a certain kind of person to look for that purpose to begin with. The way I look at it, you're doing them mighty proud. It's clear to me you care a lot about your family and your country. And that's why what you're doing makes sense to me. You want the power to see your decision through when you finally make it, am I right? Well, maybe you're right. I've still got a long way to go, but I think I'm getting there step by step. That's all I can do for now. Just keep moving and keep learning about the world around me. Trusting my great-grandfather's visions for the future, trusting my father's leadership as a president, and trusting myself with my curious little job that's neither black nor white. What is black about trying to get the Genesis out of the hands of fucking crazy people? That's the spirit. I mean, you could make an argument that it's not like a truly, like a 100% good thing to do, per se. Because, you know, who's to say we should be trusted with the Genesis, but it's definitely not like a morally gray thing, I don't think. I really don't owe you a lot, unless, like, if we were like, hey, we're getting these out of the hands of the bad guys because we want to use it for ourselves, then yeah, maybe. But so far, they're just like paperweights to us because we don't get to use them to do cool shit. I really owe you a lot, fan. I see my life in a much different way than before, and I have you to thank for that. I will repay you someday. Of that, I'm sure. Nah, it's nothing. I was just a mirror for you is all. Way things are going? I think I'll have this Genesis business taken care of soon. Just gotta take things as they come, yeah? I do hope so. Attention passengers, we hope you've enjoyed the trip in the skies above Edith. We will be landing back at the airport shortly. We ask all passengers on the deck to not talk to their parents about what happened on board. You are being watched. Has it really been that long? I hardly feel any time's passed at all. Flies, you're having fun on an airship, eh? time we head back now. Back to that big metropolis with plenty happening above and beneath it. Back to our little town. Van, Agnes, and Yume enjoyed their flight to the fullest. And after saying their goodbyes to Prince Cher, they disembarked and returned to Edith.
Watch over me, okay? So I can see things through.
Okay, so that's, our eventies. So Risette, or you were the only one that actually gave us anything. So Risette, I guess you're just gonna have to eat shit, no offense. Because I don't really feel like reloading and skipping through all the cutscenes again. So, we'll call it here. All we have left is talking to Aaron and friends, and then we can progress the main story. Oh boy. I guess we should do a quick little ranking. Bottom to, or top to bottom. What was the best one here? Probably errands. Aaron or Elaine. Yeah, no. The only thing I really have against the Elaine one is just the whole, like, hey, girls hasn't talked in, you know, a year or whatever, but spends a couple hours with Van and is magically cured. Like, I think if the girl hadn't talked at the end, if it was just, hey, Van, you know, helped her out on the process, on the path to healing, as opposed to it's just like, hey, he basically cures her, is like a little silly. Because you gotta think, the mom's probably put in just as much work, like way more work, you know? Presumably, like if we just assume she's like a decent person. But overall, probably like Elaine, then Aaron, then Agnes. I don't, what even happened in yours? Like, I remember we meet, but like, because, I mean, I was just going to say Shizuna's at the bottom, but, like, I don't even remember what you did in your event. Because the only thing that's stuck with me is that we see her when she's, like, at the movie theater, or, like, around the movie theater, and then Van's like, I don't know you. And then she's like, you do know me. But then I don't remember what happens. Oh, the thing with the sword and whatnot. Yeah, no. I mean, it was kind of, you know. It wasn't bad, but it was definitely my least favorite of the ones. So, we're saying Elaine, Aaron, Fairy, Agnes, Risette, or Agnes, Fairy. Probably Agnes, then Fairy, because the Agnes one was pretty good. I mean, they're all good. I mean, the connection events are definitely, like, one of the most improved things. Because while the Bond events could, like, the best Bond events from the previous games are as good as the best connection events, the floor for connection events is higher. Because, like, some of the Bond events in previous games, like, you know, there just wasn't as much to them, especially because there were so many. Like, when you got into, like, CS4 and shit, where you would, like, have, like, 12 you had to do. There just wasn't as much time to make them longer and more impactful, whereas the connection events, they're just longer, I think is the main difference. Not even necessarily that they're, like, so much better written or anything. They're just, like, more like 10 minutes on average, so you can do more with them than you could do with, like, the Bond events, which I feel like were usually closer to, like, 5 or 7 minutes, maybe. With some exceptions. So yeah, connection events definitely a good improvement. And if those, I don't know, I mean, they might be maybe our final batch. I guess it just depends. We'll find out as we continue onwards. We'll go ahead and call this you know, somewhat holiday themed video. I don't exactly, because this is, it actually might, assuming we keep doing one a day, it'll depend on whether or not I actually finish the game. Because if I finish the game, we might, you know, try and start doing some double uploads. We'll see. Don't fucking hold me to that. Because today's the, well, today's the 16th. And there's like a 10 video backlog approximately. So yeah, this could come out on Christmas. Maybe Christmas, maybe Boxing Day. It's going to be one of those three. It's either going to be a Christmas Eve themed video, a Christmas Day themed video, or a Boxing Day video. I'm thinking. But yeah, I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.